The Rogue Room appreciates your recommendation. Welcome to the Rogue Room. We hope you enjoy your stay.
My friends, it's hard to state what I'm feeling today. As I'm sure you're all well aware, Abigail Thorn released her video today, as we've been talking about in chat. Welcome in, folks. Welcome to the Rogue Room. This right here is a chill zone. This is a chill out zone. This is a hangout zone. And we are going to discuss that video. We are going to discuss the topics brought up in that video. We're going to discuss some of my own thoughts. I touch on also, yeah, sure, for sure. If we get to that topic, absolutely, yeah. So hang on, that reply to Abigail's tweet. Oh yes, I saw that. Let's start off a little bit lighthearted. Hey Eva, how you doing? I did see that. So Abigail Thorn, the
Welcome back,
Pixelbytes.
Supporter of the cause. Evening.
What about, sub lounge? Let's go to the sub lounge. Thank you so kindly for the subscription. How you doing?
The Rogue Room appreciates your recommendation.
And Tig, thank you so kindly for the host. Let me get my stream labels up because it's not up at the moment. This is what was so fucking great about using Streamlabs OBS. Is that I didn't have to worry about running this shit. I could just have all my little widgets set up in the fucking... There you go, Tig. Okay, so the funny thing, the very highly amusing thing, somebody tweeted in response to Abigail Thorn's tweet, their coming out tweet. So Abigail Thorn announced they are a woman, they are a trans woman. And for those of you who don't know, Philosophy Tube. If you know Philosophy Tube, They have just today come out as a transgender woman. And I mean, if you're a regular here, chances are I feel you probably would know who Philosophy Tube is. But somebody commented on the tweet. If we're thinking of the same person, Tag, they commented on, like, you'll never be a real man, you'll always be a woman, or something like that, like trying their damnedest to be transphobic. I just... To her credit, passes flawlessly. Can we just throw that out there into the wind right now? She passes flawlessly. So I can understand the confusion. Oh, it was great. It's like that cis chick who had that transphobe be like, you'll never be a woman, yeah. And then they're just like, you idiot, I'm cis. She is beautiful. She's gorgeous. Cis, by the way. I love when they do that. I had a similar situation on Facebook. I should really stop using Facebook, but honestly, I feel like it's been not too terrible lately. But there was an incident like that regarding there was a story. Wondering why her skin was looking so good in the last few videos. True, she looked really good in Confucius. The whole account's got... Yeah, they deactivated. They deactivated their account. It's fucking marvelous. As I was saying, Facebook's good to laugh at. Yeah, there was one article about a woman who was... The situation was, I think she had a bit of a breakdown over pronouns. She had a bit of a... Like, she was really upset. Some minor Australian celebrity, I think. And she was... I think maybe it was an interview or something like that. And she's just like, I don't understand why people are so hateful about those that have... that either that transition or that use different pronouns or that are non-binary. Like, she was really upset. No, this is about someone coming out. We'll come back to that in a moment. And somebody in the Facebook comments said she'll never be a real woman. I was just like, dude, this chick is cis. So the situation is, as of today, I've got to make sure I don't stumble here and accidentally dead name her. Abigail Thorn, which is, by the way, one of the things that touches my heart intimately. The fact that we now share a name, she and I. Abigail Thorn is the host of the Philosophy Tube YouTube channel. And she came out as a transgender woman today. Or yesterday. Today or yesterday, it's hard to tell. Time zones and all that sort of stuff. The video has been up at least, I want to say 15 hours at this point. Kinda, Jaco, how you doing, by the way? How's it going? And hello, Midnight. And Evo, I missed your message saying I'm looking stunning, I think. Can I just say, no, you're looking stunning. Thank you so kindly, by the way. It means a lot. I've been working on my makeup. You can't really see what I did because my lighting is so dim on, like, by design. Maybe if I do this shit. There we go. Now you can see every finer detail of my makeup. I try to do something a little bit adventurous. And again, you still cannot see it at all. It's fantastic. It's awesome. You can see the basics of it, but like I put some blush across here. And I've got gold glittery shit in the corners of my eyes and a sparkly but very subtle, like a light browny kind of eyeshadow on. I'm working on it, alright? Let's turn that way down so it's like that. That's a good thing. Hang on a second. No, it's fine, we'll leave it. As soon as you saw her come out with that name, you thought of me and how awesome it was. Yeah, like I cried. Shut up. Okay, I did. And I mean, like, I wasn't just tearing up, I was bawling. Because the video itself, her video touched on so many poignant points. I think there's just so many things he said, and not just. It's kind of weird to refer to this, but the video is split into two separate parts. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, by the way, go watch it. It's a 37-minute long video. And in the first part, it's presented by a man by an actor guy. I can't, I have to spoil. I can't not spoil it. Like, what am I, a girl? Yes. Always interested in people, how people chose their names when they change names. Well, I can give you my story. You've read the tweet, not the video. Well, I highly recommend you watch the video, because it is definitely a work of art. It's fantastic. I don't want to spoil it, but I do want to talk about the concepts involved. It's just beyond marvelous, quite frankly. I aspire to that level of production quality with my own videos. I am amping up the production quality on my next one. I have a few ideas that are going to play with the format that I sort of started with in the previous 2 video essays I did. So at the very least, I'm going to try to up my own production quality. But, yeah, the toxic masculinity. Another video topic. Anyway, what was I talking about? Raining quite heavily here, by the way. If you can hear it, let me know. How people chose their names, that actually came up on my Twitter recently. I posted the message. I mentioned that the reason I chose Abigail is because when I was younger, I watched a movie that I could not for the life of me think of the name of. And I just tweeted, so who among my trans friends chose their new name from some obscure furry movie they watched as a kid that had no importance to them whatsoever? And someone, Kawaii Cooler, chimed in with, I forget what exactly the movie, I've forgotten the name again now. I forget what the movie's called. But it was some movie that was about deforestation and all the characters were like mice or rabbits or something like that. And the main character was called Abigail. And that name, for some reason, like I said, the movie means virtually nothing to me. I have no sentimental attachment to it whatsoever. Not Fern Gully. Might close that door so the rain stops being so fucking loud. Can you hear it? Can you hear the rain?
Round on you.
You had to watch 2 30-second ads for this. Don't even get up to say hi to your brothers. Thank you, Jaco. You're doing shitty, by the way. I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. Why is that? But yeah, I watched this movie as a kid at like my grandmother's house or something like that, and the name stuck with me. So I have no idea why. I have tried to use it over the years in fictional contexts. This is an interesting thing that I have noticed. Tends to be the case with a few authors I've seen who later come out as trans, or creators in general. Like, for example, we always go back to The Matrix. Once Upon a Forest, that's the one. Yep, that's the one. Like I said, seen it once, no real sentimental value to me, but the name stuck. But it does kind of stick with me that how many times over the years I've tried to write a story with the name Abigail as the protagonist. The protagonist's name. And it seems like, you know, when you get into that kind of stuff, there is a bit of a theme. For example, you just googled Abigail Mouse, there you go. Problem solved. But like The Matrix, for example, laden with trans allegory, for example. And, of course, both of the Wachowski sisters are transgender. And there was originally supposed to be a gender fluid character. Switch was supposed to be gender fluid. Male outside of the male in the Matrix, female outside of the Matrix, but they ended up cutting that from the final version of the movie. I will admit, it is a lovely name. I'm quite fond of it. And yes, I am absolutely flattered to now share a name with PhilosophyTube, who is, yeah, like I said, one of my idols in content creation. One of the people I would aspire to create content on that level. And she and the other host of the video, let's just put it like that, covered the subject of what identity is and what it means to transition. And quite frankly, as a transgender person, the way that the video is structured speaks to what it is psychologically to transition, what it is on a deeper level than just saying, I felt wrong in my gender identity, so I changed. Like, you can't, it's very, very difficult to explain to another person, a cis person. And I think they very eloquently outlined exactly, in many ways, what it feels like. And I know my transition is still early days. I know I'm still not quite all the way there yet. I've got a lot of personal development to undergo before I feel like I've reached the finish line, so to speak, but I also think this is maybe perhaps a lifetime journey. Abigail the mouse is pretty cute, you know, so I could have picked someone worse to take a name from. Exactly. It's like following one's life from a script rather than living life authentically. Precisely. And I think that was, quite frankly, the source of a lot of my frustration pre-transition. I definitely dealt with a ton of anger and disdain and depression and anxiety. I still deal with some of these elements. Wardog69, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us here while we're talking about identity. How we identify ourselves. Good God, I'm glad I didn't choose Joanne. Fuck. You're gay? Well, that's grand. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, it is like, I think you and Connor Shaw would make some good content. Now you can add Abigail to that list. If only. I aspire to that. I aspire to that level of being able to collaborate with these people. It would be amazing. Part of you kind of wants to change your name. It feels like an important moment in transition. However, your name is Taylor, which is gender neutral, and honestly, you still love your name. However, part of you feels like something is satisfying of defining yourself that you miss out on. Yeah, I get that. For a while there, I sort of stuck. For a while, as I was coming to terms with it, I stuck on my dead name. And I was like, I could change one letter and it would look more feminine. I don't like to refer to my dead name, so please don't if you know it. But although, I will say, there is another point in the video that is in that space, in that vein. Oh my goodness, Gingerbeard Man. Gifting a tier 1 to Evo. Come on down to the sub lounge. Come and hang out in the sub lounge. No, I didn't ever reach out to them. Oh yeah, you could make Taylor your new middle name. You could do that. That's an idea. Struggling to say it to your parents. I'm not quite sure, honestly. The way I approached this is really weird. The way I approached telling my mother I was trans, I am trans, was like, do you have any transgender students? She's a teacher, and she teaches special needs kids. Particularly, there seems to be a correlation but not causation situation with autistic people being transgender. Hydrate, thank you, Fox. Get some hydration up in this bitch. Ah, okay. Thank you. Where were we? Over here. So that was how I approached it originally. It was like I sort of broached the subject of, is there someone else in your life that is like me? Thank you for the posture check. My back has been killing me. Seriously, I am considering taking every single Twitch payout and every single donation tip. They are called tips. Any amount of income I make from streaming needs to go to a standing desk, for fuck's sake. Needs to go to a fucking standing desk, I'm serious. Anywho. What was I saying? Yeah, I approached my mother and I said, do you have any transgender students? And she said, yeah, there's a couple. Now, I've met transgender students. I know what they're like. Blah, blah, blah. She gave me... And I kept prodding the question a little bit. Till eventually she asked me, do you think you're transgender? And that's how the whole thing sort of spiraled into me being out to my entire family. And I tweeted earlier today that my grandfather actually said, see ya, Ab, as he was on his way out. Do I like Yarok? What's Yarok? Well, I suppose I can't say yes because I have no idea what or who they are. Yeah, choosing a name that feels right is difficult, and that's why I wrestled with a few different names. Rogue was originally one of the names that I had chosen as my own. Like, it was going to be the name I was going to change to, but I was like, it's too on the nose. You know, it felt too unusual. Rogue. Who calls themselves Rogue? What parent calls their kid Rogue? It feels a little bit, I don't know. It's hard to explain what I mean. Chaotic Little Heart wants to follow the non-binary tradition in choosing an abstract whack name. I mean, yeah. In the same vein, you could just go absolutely crazy with it. Why is my back sore? Probably because I did upper back yesterday. I did a bit of upper back workout. You love the name? It is pretty cool, and I did stew on it for a bit, but I ultimately decided Abigail felt better because one of the issues, and this is something I'm struggling with right now, especially with regards to my identity, particularly my online identity, as somebody who is an online personality, as somebody who aspires to be more of a prominent online personality. Even the name that I've got now, I'm sort of like thinking to myself, how long do I keep this username for? A part of me is feeling a bit distant from it. Distinctly because, I transitioned and I needed a new name. I didn't like the old name that I had. I didn't like the old username I had. It was intrinsically tied to my old masculine identity and I didn't enjoy it at all. Look at all those lovely, lovely pride emotes. Holy heck. And my first thought was, let's keep the RB initialism. But now it feels like this name over here, I'm gonna put my hand on it, like such, still feels like there's a bit of a tether to my old self that I'm just not quite letting go yet. And I'm strongly considering maybe somewhere down the line that I'll change it. I don't know when. I don't know what to just yet. But that might be a thing in the future because there's a personal element there. What would your username... what would you choose if you had to start over and choose a new one? Drop the rogue and just be bitch. It'd be accurate. Hugs for you too, Gingerbeard man, absolutely. I don't know what I would choose. That's the thing. Is like I'm stuck simmering on this. I'm considering. I'm strongly considering. Also, total non sequitur. All of my lights are pretty again. I fixed them. I need to get another reason to get the standing desk situation set up because I want to be able to show those lights off all of the time. There you go. Gingerbeard man. There you are. Friendo. Been seeing much more homophobia recently. It feels like it's never going to go away, honestly. Not as pretty as you. Thank you. Feel like you're going to cry with all this name talk. Oh, I'm sorry, Broken. I apologize. It does feel like an important part of our identities, though, as transgender folks. But even then, I've got a friend. You may have heard of her, Crapsley, who says to me she's changed her name about 4 or 5 times now, or something like that. She's changed it quite a few times. She's cis. She just changes her name. Not a fan of it. And I am strongly considering, when I do get around to changing mine, it's going to be the full thing. The full legal name is going to change. Not just my first and middle names, but my surname as well. Because I can do that. Because I want to. And I've told my mother, and she said she might cover it. So it might be not that far off, honestly. Although I'd prefer it if she would help me out with my endocrinologist bills rather than the name change thing. That can wait, but medical stuff is more important. But yeah, I think I'd be better than the cricket. I argue that I would be better than the cricket. And yeah, there's no rush, there's no timeline. This is the thing about transition, is it's entirely personal. These lights, by the way, the ones back there at the very least are from Kmart. They're really relatively cheap. You won't send yourself broke. I mean, I don't know where you live, but these are $4 fairy lights hanging off my curtains. 2 sets of those, and then the light strip on the back here was a $15 3-meter light strip that plugs into USB. So you need like a wall outlet that has USB on it to use that one. But it's really good. It works really well. Like this was I like this feature. This is awesome. Helps with the vibes a bit. So what have I missed? Hang on. You're thinking of going by your middle name instead? It might be an idea. Honestly, I definitely could not go by either of my legal middle names. The only name that I have, legally speaking, which I hate saying that. I hate that I'm even legally my dead name. And I hate even further that...
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Hentai-sama.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with his friend. I hate that even if I do change my name, it's still gonna say... I mean, unless I can change this I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure my title will still be Mr. And my sex marker on my birth certificate will still be M until I get the surgery. And I have no idea when the surgery is going to happen. Feels like it's very, very far off. You know, it's an expensive procedure. Your surname is legally... Radio broken, sounds good. Your surname is legally your biological father's name. He abandoned us for nearly 10 years, and honestly, you can barely tolerate him, although you love your sister. You would much prefer your stepfather's name and went by it for a while, but alas, it has no legal weight, so you had to go back to your biological name. Thankfully, that's all over come October. True. So why did it, It had no legal weight, so you never changed it? Yeah, for some reason, there are two surgeries you can get. You can get an orchiectomy, which is... they cut your balls out, and they're gone. Or you could get the full reassignment surgery where they don't cut anything out, I think. They move everything around down there and change how it operates. I think they may still remove the factory of testosterone. But yeah. And then after that you can change the sex marker on your birth certificate. I don't know if you can change your legally assigned title. Changing my name on my title, land registry services, that doesn't sound right. Change legal title. This is all land registry services. I'm like, no, change my... How about this? Updating your gender details with us. Here we go. You will just want land registered to you. Update your gender details. Currently, our personal record system only allows us to record your gender as male or female. However, if you identify as non-binary, we can add a note to your personal record about your gender details. This is Services Australia. I don't think this really helps. What a pain. One of the biggest issues contributing to transphobia or homophobia or any of that is people just not knowing or spending time with different kinds of people. Absolutely it is. We have a severe situation with regards to socialization where many people are raised into what is typically considered the status quo in society, the acceptable groups of people and all of that in society. And as a result, our opinions and our upbringing is informed by the kinds of normal that we see around us. It's hard to hate a type of person if you have friends that are in that group. As a straight cis man, you've learned so much about having gay, lesbian, bi, trans, ace, etc. friends and acquaintances. Exactly. Like, the more different walks of life you are exposed to, the better, because you get a greater understanding of what they go through. And that can only be a beneficial thing. Spoke to the marriage celebrant, and apparently on the forms, there's forms for the wedding, there's a non-binary option. That's good to hear. Hey, Kiefer. Isn't there a way to get around the surgery? No, there's not. So you got, as I was saying, like, the orchiectomy is removing the testicles, and that's cheaper, significantly. Or you can get the full fix everything up down there surgery, which is a lot more expensive. About the cost of a car, I think. Like a good mid-range car. Hey, David Wolf, how you going? Hope you're all feeling well and happy today. If today's not going well for you, honestly, it kind of is. It's going well for me at the very least. You're all amazing, and I wish you love and happiness. We wish you love and happiness too, David Wolf. Thank you so kindly for all that positivity. Hey, Nacho Girl, how was my day? Splendid. Honestly. After watching Philosophy Tube's latest video, I'm just like overwhelmed with emotion. And I'm feeling good. And I want to keep that feeling. It's heartwarming. I was looking at... Can I get deep with you sappy motherfuckers for a minute? I put my face on earlier, my makeup. And I just like, there's one big thing. Hey, Evanaya, how you doing? There's one big thing. You're gonna go watch it now. It's well worth it. I would watch it on stream, but I don't like the idea of watching too much of someone else's content.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
Welcome to the Rogue Room, Evanaya 209. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Yeah, go give it a watch. It's 37 minutes. I mean, don't leave me. Leave me on lurk at least. But yes, you have to have the surgery to legally change your gender, but not your name. You can change your name at any time. But you do have to have your surgery to get the gender change, because it's on your birth certificate. Like, they change your sex, which allows you to change your legal title, which could be Mr., Mrs., Miss. And I would like to be Miss Abigail. Back physically, mentally, you're just floating around. I can understand that. But yeah, if I may elicit some emotional response from you folks for a minute. I was doing my makeup before we started stream. Did it quite a few hours ago, honestly. I've been sitting here in my makeup. I'll flip you off, sorry. I missed it. You must forgive me. You get an extra zoomed in one on the trans pride ring on my finger. There you go. Apologies. And as I finished, and as I'm just sort of staring at myself there, one of the huge things that I've begun to realize about my own identity, especially after coming out, was that this should not come as a surprise to anyone, quite frankly. I've never liked the person that looked back at me in the mirror before I came out, before I started to see her. And there was definitely a definitive moment where I started to see her in the mirror. Like after it's a weird thing to come to terms with, because it's just a reflection. It's just a fact of literally reflecting what is right there in front of you, or what you are, you know. And it's crazy to me that, you know, after so many years of looking in the mirror and not seeing who I was, I saw a person there. I definitely did. I saw a reflection. I saw the self. And yet, it never felt correct. And I tried so many different things. Tried working out for an excess amount of time building as much muscle as possible. I tried... At one point I shaved my head and grew a thick beard out. One time I tried just short hair and a stubble. I tried a variety of different styles. Tried putting on weight, tried losing weight. There was always something wrong, and it's crazy to me that transitioning and coming out and saying, I am a chick. I'm a lady, by the way. And affirming that within myself allowed me to look in the mirror and finally see her. And I don't understand why. Like, it's on a level of comprehension that's beyond me. But that finally, and like today, you know, especially in the wake of the video that Abigail Thorn put out. I'm going to set that back to pink because I like it. Is that pink? Yeah. In the wake of her video and all that she talked about, I looked in the mirror, and I've had this moment numerous times now, where I stare at myself, makeup or no, doesn't really matter if I have makeup on, but you know, this particular incident was post-makeup. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm just like, you are beautiful. And you're finally free from that mental prison you locked yourself in. Finally allowed to be yourself, and it's an overwhelming sensation. Reflections are so hard. You either look too masculine or too feminine, or worse, you see your dead grandmother or mother and want to scream, I'm not you, I am me. That would be very difficult. You just have to like have your doctor sign off on it to change your gender. Let me book a GP appointment and see if I can organize that. Maybe the information here is outdated or something. But it is kind of strange. It perhaps lends to an idea, a discussion of narcissism, perhaps. Not that I believe myself to be truly narcissistic, not in the strict sense, but I think there is an element of narcissism in everything we do regarding our appearance. Of course, we want to be as socially acceptable physically as we can to other people. We want to be seen as valid. Not just valid, but equal and appreciated as a human being, as a member of the world. And that's here in Illinois, USA, yeah. Yeah, over here in Aussie land, as far as I'm aware, there is no way for a GP to just say, oh, well, yep, you're the gender that you say you are. Jaco, thank you so kindly for the hydration. Ah, goodness. It's dripping everywhere, by the way. I'm now saturated. I really feel that, but not with transitioning, just with being fat. And you know, the different things, just the feeling when you look at yourself. I understand that. I mean, I had similar sensations back when I was packing on as much mass as I could. When I was trying to lift as much as I could and make as much muscle as I possibly could at the gym. I'd take photos in the mirror and I'm just like, I feel like I'm nowhere near what I should be. You know, despite doing what felt like everything right. Look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm nowhere near where I should be. Hey Ren, how's it going? See, no matter how hard you try, you just see the feminine features even when having your masculine days. You just see a tom girl. And you feel like you never feel like you can do enough to change that. I understand that, yeah. There are some days, especially when I'm wearing certain clothes that are just either not really gendered. Like I got a white t-shirt and I was wearing some just boring gym shorts and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, kind of ew. Especially if like I have my hair tied all the way back. I have got a bit of a widow's peak hairline, which is why I keep my hair over the sides here like this. I wouldn't mind having a fringe or bangs or something, honestly, but I haven't had the gall or the money to get my hair done. And yeah, like if I'm wearing the wrong kind of apparel or if I'm wearing no makeup or especially, honestly, you know, I got the laser treatment recently on my face. And today is like the last, the 5 days following the laser treatment, all of this comes up really bad. Like your hair, like this whole area gets bumpy and rough and all of the hairs are like prodding out of the skin and they're really prominent looking and it's fucking gross. I can't stand to look at it. But the results after the fact are worth it, trust me. But for that first 5 days, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, you look disgusting. I hate looking at you. Because you've got this disgusting, splotchy, stubbly shit. You know, we treat ourselves really terrible with regards to our reflections. And I think that's informed by circumstances beyond our own control, honestly. DM sent, thank you, Ren. Sometimes you gaslight yourself and you don't even know how to stop. I understand that. That is a depressive thing. That's definitely, again, an element of circumstances beyond your control. Hey, Chessa, how's it going? It's an element of society tells us you need to be in this kind of shape. In this kind of, you need to have this kind of appearance. Your hair needs to look like this. Your face needs to look like this. If you're none of these things that we have decided as a society are the most acceptable ways to look, even not just with looks, but generally speaking, you know, you think about advertising, or you think about television, or you think about the news, honestly, you see all these people out there who are just, you know, society puts pretty people on a pedestal, obviously, and anyone who doesn't fit that pedestal is left to ruminate on what's wrong with me. Why am I not like them? Why am I not the same as them? Can you just say from the bottom of your heart you adore seeing me on here, and no matter how hard you may feel, you are stunning and full of radiance. Evo, thank you so kindly. Lovely person, you. Oh my gosh. You're a fatty and you just accepted it. You need to be more active just because of the pandemic, but you doubt you'll ever be thin and that's whatever. I can understand that. I've been trying my damnedest, like my mother has been saying to me, and I'm beginning to think she doesn't understand fitness, honestly. Not trying to be mean if she's here or whatever, but I'm beginning to think she doesn't have quite the grasp on fitness I thought she might have. But one of the crucial things about fitness, if you wanted to get thin, it all boils down to eat less, move more, and eat less is 80% of what you need to lose weight. But my mother has asked me questions like, how do I lose fat on my arms? And I'm like, first step, you lose weight. So eat less. There's no deeper meaning that you can't do certain exercises on your arms and expect fat to go away from that area. That's not how that works. It's amazing how much of a misconception that is and how widespread it is. Honestly, anyway. Caloric deficit, it works. I am not in a caloric deficit today, I'll tell you that much. Morning tea, I ate entirely too much, and then I got myself a big takeaway burger and chips. Which I didn't need by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm feeling absolutely overfull as a result. I've had too much. I'm gonna have to work super fucking hard. to get... I mean, I haven't... Not like I put on a ton of weight, but I work out 6 days a week and I eat pretty reasonably. I try to stay below 2,000 calories a day. I'm going to try super hard to stay below 2,000 calories a day this coming week. Abby, what's up, Red? I did see you sent your DM. I don't give hugs for free. I'm really weird about touching because of the autism. You are, as we say here in Oz, built like a brick shit house. Not petite and never will be, but honestly love that about you. That's one thing I've been wondering about recently. Because I'm not big. Air high five. There you go. Don't slap your screen, please. Don't break your screen. But it's 2:35 where you're at, and there's no way you're going to bed now. Why not? Just finished baking your lunch quiche and now chopping up celery and carrots for your cheap and healthy lunch. I mean, it sounds pretty healthy. I'd eat it. Sounds good. I've been thinking about the fact that I work out quite routinely, and I'm quite happy with my workout routine. I enjoy lifting the weights. I enjoy doing the heavy lifts and stuff like that, and I'm nowhere near as muscular as I used to be. I'll freely admit that. Time out, you want me to... Okay. There you go. Did it work? Oh, whoops. Hang on. 60 seconds. Can you vent about something unrelated? Absolutely, Midnight. Absolutely. Oh, hydration. Okay. As I was saying. I'm nowhere near as big as I used to be in terms of muscles or fat. I've lost a ton of fat as well. I'll say that right now. Because if you do lose weight, there are two crucial things involved. You do lose fat and you do lose muscle no matter what. This is why the big dudes that go on bodybuilding stages are on so many steroids. It's so that they can cut and retain their muscle mass. And of course, grow larger muscle mass. But the issue is, despite losing all that weight, and this is why I want to lose more, and I worry that may be a bad thing, because I'm hovering at like 70, 71 kilos, which, first of all, BMI is bullshit. We'll not get into the BMI thing, but I do worry that if I go any leaner, I might be ending up causing myself health problems. But we'll see, you know. I might try to go lower on my calories and get as lean as I possibly can. Hit you again? Did you redeem another one? You hate living here because fat is different in every country. Like, you're just overweight, but people see you as fucking fat, even though when people see you out at different countries, they say you're not even close to fat. I think I understand what you mean. We have different social standards of what fat is, you know. Can't redeem another one? Yeah. The cash money. What do you mean the cash money? 6'1" and 92 kilos. That's close to what I used to be. I used to be about 96 kilos, and I'm 5'11", 178 centimeters. You're quitting your job at Amazon customer service today. You don't have any other income, but this job is killing me. I understand that completely. Thinking you move into content creation and streaming because that's what you want to do. Well, I wish you the absolute best of luck. I've been in that position where, you know, you're working in a job that's just soul destroying, and you know what annoys the fuck out of me? Here's the thing, back when I used to work at Coles, the supermarket chain, my then, we'll call him a manager, but he wasn't actually a manager, knew of my YouTube stuff that I used to do, which I don't do anymore. Not like that type of YouTube stuff. I've got other stuff going on, obviously, which is not working for me, and I'm thinking of just dropping the stream highlight thing altogether, honestly. Because it's not working for me at all. I hate it. I thought the video about Ninja would actually get some views, but I'm honestly a little bit pissed that since uploading it nearly 12 hours ago, it's got 20 views, and I'm like, surely that's a topic people would actually want to watch. Maybe it's because it's a 22-minute video. But like, my videos lately have been doing fucking dog shit, and I'm just thinking I'll drop the stream highlights altogether, maybe. Or start putting them back on the alternate channel again and clean my other channel out. Just have it be for video essays, but then I can't really grow with just doing the video essays. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The thing that annoyed me, the point that I was getting to, was that the job that I used to work at the supermarket, the manager I had, you know, I was having issues. Having some serious mental health issues that were affecting my ability to get into work, affecting my physical health. When I was at work, I felt perpetually exhausted. I felt sick to my stomach doing this job. And I couldn't get the majority of the tasks done. That was a systemic issue. That was not my fault. They kept giving us more and more shit to do and less hours to do it in, sort of thing. And the manager says to me, it's like, oh, well, you need this job because it helps you do your YouTube stuff. You know, you can't afford to do your YouTube stuff unless you got your job here. And that felt so fucking patronizing to me. That, you know, in order to pursue what I wanted to pursue, which I still do, in order to pursue what I want to pursue, I need to be stuck in a job that grinds every essence of my creative validation, self-validation, to nothingness. I wish you the absolute best, Midnight, in getting away from that job and hopefully finding a better way to support yourself. And trying to starve yourself to lose weight, that's not the best way to do it. You should still eat. Chessa, there you go. You should absolutely still eat. Keep feeding yourself, but don't eat too much. But yes, pulling the trigger and getting out of a bad job is very, very, very heavy. It's amazing how much we put, it's amazing how much value we put on jobs we hate. Because society expects us to do so. Yeah, starving yourself will only make it worse. It can affect your internal organs quite significantly if you go too far with it, obviously. Like, you'll see people who are grossly anorexic, like that girl, that YouTuber girl, Eugenia Cooney, I think it was. She's still around, I think. I think she's on the mend. But, you know, there comes a point where if you get too thin and they try to turn you around by giving you a bunch of food at once, you can actually blow your stomach up. So that's a thing to worry about. Losing weight is reverse investment. Put just a little less in every week than the week before and you'll get where you want. Yes, that's a good way to put it. She isn't on the mend anymore. Well, that's not good to hear. But it was fine until Dawson got to her. Chessa, how many of these are you going to get? There you go. You're anorexic. You were anorexic and still struggle with it. But you're at a healthy weight and don't want to get back there. I can understand that. I can understand that completely. Because I was the opposite. I was overweight because my mindset was I needed to pack on muscle, and I was doing fine because I'm packing on mass, and thereby my muscles getting bigger, and it's working for me back then. But of course, as I started to transition, I said to myself, you know, you don't look right. Your body doesn't look right. For fuck's sake, guys, stop getting me to flip you off. There you go. Stop it. I'll turn the thing off. Yeah, once I came out, like, that was one of the major things. Yeah, fuck you too, you assholes. It's 6 a.m. That's a good time. Amethyst Paul, how you doing? Welcome in. What's going on? Yeah, one of the first things that I think really helped me along with the transition was the ability to lean myself out, and as a result, kind of start taking a little bit more of a feminine shape, which I know some people might look at and they're kind of thinking of themselves, you know, you're usurping the womanly form or some bullshit like that. You're wearing the skin of a woman, you sick freak. What's up, Jeff? Evo. There you are. Trans pride. More kisses in one stream than you had in your whole life. You may like or dislike my upcoming video, Tig. It touches on that. Wearing the skin of a woman. Well, yeah, I mean, technically I am, if you want to be honest with... Technically correct. But that's an issue in itself, you know, we already struggle so heavily. For goodness sake, guys. There you go. Trans pride ring. We already struggle as trans people so heavily with our physical presentation, our appearance, our identity out in public. And the fact that people will, yeah, everyone just wants me to flip them off. That's what the stream's about at this point. Everyone expects you to look a certain way, which is really bizarre because we know there's different body shapes of men and women and non-binary folks. We know that people from all walks of life, whether cis or trans, have different looking bodies and faces. We had this discussion. I hate the fact that I have to bring this up. I have seen and met not passing cis women. Honestly. Hey Sammy, how you doing? If that makes sense. Like, I've met cis women who I would mistake for a man. And all that says to me is like the very concept of passing, or the very concept that we need to fit a certain specific aesthetic in order to successfully blend into society is absurd. It's a dumb concept. But we're still led on by so many of the social constructs. Advertising primarily is a big one. Puts ideas into our heads. It's like, this is what you should look like. And other people get that idea, and especially folks like TERFs, get this idea in their head. Can't believe Contra and Philosophy Tube stole my idea. I know they totally did. Those fuckers. Those absolute fuckers. This is my original thought. And as a society, we have it's an astounding amount of stock we put in appearance. Think about this for a moment. I saw a guy today. I saw a type of guy while I was out in the public, which is crazy. And this dude had a bit of a beer gut, and as I was walking behind him, I could see the back of his scalp was balding, and he's got thin, straggly hair. And his clothes weren't particularly nice or clean. And a lot of people would look at that guy. Was he passing as a pregnant woman? A lot of people would look at that guy and think, he's a fucking creep. He could be a potential pedo. Just based on a few little visual cues. Just based on, especially considering the fact that those kinds of, say, visual traits are often portrayed in media, in fiction. Like the creepy guy he's like balding, and he's a little bit fat, or maybe he's a little bit lanky and lean, like sunken eyes or something like that. Like, here's the thing. One of the guys that used to be my manager, we had a revolving door of managers when I used to work at the supermarket. Same kind of situation. One of the managers I had was the nicest fucking man you ever met. And yet a few times, because he was so lanky and sullen, like I think this guy might have had like a 200 calorie a day diet, honestly. He was so lean. And he's like an older man. He's like in his 60s or something, 50s or 60s. And I had staff members say to me, oh, that new manager of yours? A little bit creepy looking, honestly. And it's like, why? He's desperately polite. It's almost insufferable how nice that guy was. I miss him as a manager. He was good. I mean, I don't work there anymore, so it doesn't fucking matter. We met a guy in a wheelchair and he was an absolute cunt. There you go, exactly. It just goes to show that our visual perceptions of people, yeah, you don't fit my stereotypes. Our preconceptions of people are informed by the things that we are told to believe. Just popping in to say I'm worth it and a person. Correct on both counts. Thank you, Diddley. What's going on? Learned the hard way years ago, never saying things never saying things like, oh, I never would have known you were trans by looking, or about how well they pass and felt horrible at the time when you realized how ignorant you've been. This is something I am irritated with by my mother and my auntie. I love them, and they do respect my name and pronouns mostly. The name, like, there's been slip-ups. But the thing that gets me is this has happened numerous times now. They'll come to me and they'll say, oh, I saw another trans person earlier today at the shops. And my first question, every single time, they haven't picked up on what I'm getting at here yet. My first question is, how do you know? I ask them, how do you know? How do you know that's a trans person? And they go, oh, you just know. They're kind of masculine looking, and they're wearing girly clothes. Like, so, like you can't verifiably state that you know that's a trans person just at a glance. That's completely missing the point. Like, I don't know how they haven't picked up on it yet. I may have to explain it to them in depth, but it's like that's one of the major transphobic issues. You're gonna go radio broken. Have a good one. Have a very good one, friend. You're in denial about your gender and identity for the longest time, so you acted ignorant towards yourself. So did I. I did that. Only tomato sauce in the whole bakery. Oh, you were at a bakery, the prick stole your tomato sauce, the only tomato sauce. Then he asked you to push him to the toilet because he needed a shit. Were you working for the dude or what? Sick of being stereotyped as a druggo and or gay in the early days of having long hair. That's another thing. Like when you're a dude who has long hair, people will automatically assume you're gay. For some reason, I've never associated long hair with being gay, but some people do. Some people just automatically assume. And like, this is the funny thing, right? This is the funniest fucking thing. The very same people who will say for example, Harry Styles wearing a dress. The very same men, or women, generally speaking, will look at that guy and say, that's not manly, you're not a man, what do you want to be, a girl or something? The moment someone you previously thought was a man transitions and starts dressing feminine, they go, you'll always be a man. Which is it? You can't have it both ways. You're not allowed to do that. That's not how that works. Stupid people. Maybe it's just a dude in a dress. Men can wear dresses. I want more men to wear dresses. For their own sake. Dresses are fucking comfortable, dude. Seriously, get on this shit. Let's go demi or agender, exactly. Didn't know how you was and sister, how the fuck are they gonna know? Exactly. Told you grandpa you had tiny bottles and you asked you if you were selling crack. At school, people always assumed you had a heavy lice problem because your hair always itches and you wear a beanie, but that's just because your head skin's very dry. I had dandruff for the longest time. I don't know how I got rid of it. I stopped using anti-dandruff shampoo and have switched to like other stuff. Maybe it's my hormones? I'm not sure, but my dandruff is gone. So, cool. I'll take it. I used to have a serious dandruff problem. Am I streaming somewhere else as well? No. No, only on Twitch. Why? I've considered the idea of multi-streaming, but I'm only reading Twitch chat. It might be a bit further up. You associate long hair with being a rock star. I mean, that's what our good friend here, Jeff, is. Jeff is an absolute rock star. And you used to have... Your hair's not that long now, is it? I can't recall. I've seen you with so many different types of hair length that I can never tell. Would you call it 80s hair that you used to have, Jeff? How do you feel better about scars you have? It was an accident you were in and they make you feel horrible. I'm not sure. I've got a scar that has a bit of emotional sentiment to me. Put my fist through a window once. In a, honestly, autistic rage. I lost control. I couldn't stop myself and I put my fist through the window and lacerated that area. And that has emotional weight. When I look at it, I always remember that. And quite honestly, I'm not quite sure how you can get past that kind of stuff. You'll rock your socks off. It's long, nice. Well, we're going to find out soon because, as far as I know, you, me, Calgar, I've invited Katie and Jacinta. We're going to do a cocktail stream sometime soon. Don't know when. Planning it for a Saturday night stream. I'm going to need to get rid of the kids, and we are going to set up in my kitchen, and we are going to invite Lucy. We can invite Lucy. We're going to do cocktail stream. Excuse me. And get drunk on stream. Maybe play Hero Quest or Risk or something. I should play Among Us. I've done it on stream once. I should play Among Us. It might be a good idea. They associate long hair with being gorgeous. I don't think so. Watch Because Science. Let's have a look. Hang on. Well, there you go. It's Lucy. Alright, so let me clarify for just a second. Let me just put this out there. Let me just put this out there right now. Okay, I am a very gay woman. I'm a very, very gay woman. But damn. I'm just saying. I'm super les. That's a man, baby. This gave you a permanent limp made battery acid. What's the battery acid come from? The longer the hair, the rocker the star. Agreed. So hang on, come back. To competitive manly men, any other man who chooses to give up the manliness game to be a woman is the ultimate submissive loser, aka toxic masculinity. You have a very good point there, Azera. That is something I desperately... I've written a script. I'm going to put this out there right now. this is something you can look forward to. If you enjoy my video essays, know that there is one coming in February, and then March, all the way through the year. I'm doing one a month. And one of the videos I am going to do does cover toxic masculinity quite heavily. Do I need an editor? Not for my video essays. I like doing those myself, but honestly, I am considering getting an editor for the YouTube, the stream highlight stuff. So that's a thing. But the problem is, I am very poor. I cannot afford to pay one. And like doing the kind of highlights I do, where I just take a topic and, I just take like say half an hour of the stream or 20 minutes or whatever, and I cut that, and I like trim out, like say if I say hi to a new follower, or if I go and all the time, which I fucking do constantly, and dead air and all that kind of shit. That's literally all I do. I just put in the intro, I cut out all of that shit, put in the outro, done. It's literally less than 2 hours in most cases. It's really easy to do that, and then do the thumbnail, and then do the description and upload it. But for the views I'm getting for doing those, it doesn't feel like it's worth doing at this point, and I'm kind of thinking of dropping it. Batch,
your recommendation.
Thank you so kindly for the host, friend. It was a golf cart accident. Pinned your link for 7 minutes in Portugal. Oh god. And there are a lot of poor people in Australia. There are a lot of them Aboriginal, a lot of them Indigenous. And of course, the homeless. There's that problem. There's definitely poor people in Australia. You're doing what a day? Like one video a day? Remember a guy in primary school who was in a go-kart accident? He went off a cliff into a tree and fucked himself up. Jesus. Fuck. It's kind of this weird thing where you're not poor but also don't have income, so it's not great for society-lensed self-esteem. Exactly. Hey, yeah, capitalism definitely does warp your self-worth. It does it to everybody. It shifts our perception. No matter what our status in society is, capitalism does explicitly define the way we see ourselves. Because, it can't not define the way we see ourselves, because we live in a capitalist society by its very definition. To follow up, it's a big part of the cognitive resistance towards trans women, because hypermasculine men choose to see non-passing trans women as failed men. Gets real uncomfy for them when they have to deal with trans women who do pass, i.e. Benny Shapiro. Yeah, like, who passes? Let's say who passes. Obviously, Abigail Thorn, right off the bat. Let's get that out there. She's stunning. Natalie Wynn, fucking stunning. As much as I loathe the woman, Blair White, passes. Samantha Lux, passes. Steph Sonyati, absolutely. I'm just thinking of trans girls right now. Those are the major ones. There was another one that I can't think of. I get this awful thing.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Tattered Hearts,
hope you
welcome to the Rogue Room.
Stay.
Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with his friend. And thank you kindly for the host. Samantha
the
Lux
Rogue Room
gorgeous,
appreciates
dude.
your recommendation.
She's unreasonably gorgeous. I'm just like, dude, I want to look like you. Taylor Small, let me look her up. This is the thing I want to... This sounds like a bad idea. Oh my god, she's lovely. Absolutely.
The Rogue Room appreciates your recommendation.
Chessa, thank you so kindly for the host. Who was that, Oh, here we go. She's in this, whatever this article is.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Where'd I get my top hat? It's a dress. It's a sundress. I got it from Kmart. Was really cheap. What's her name? Hang on a second. Sarah McBride. Hello, Jordan. How you doing, lovely? What's going on? We're talking about the absolute absurdity of passing culture. I saw you streaming earlier. Were you playing Sea of Thieves? How was that going? Addy, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. How's it hanging? Your hair is a little bit past your shoulders. I'm winning. Mine's longer. Look. I'm winning, Jeff. Hopefully passing culture will eventually pass. Haha, I've got Where is it? I have sound effects, guys. I can't... There it is. Rim shot. We got there eventually. Production value, folks. Doing some sea crimes, lovely. I gotta give that game a go at some point. I swear I installed it and I never played it. Had Behaving Beardly stop by once, and I'm like, need to get in on Beardly's sea crimes. One of these days I will. I've been so caught up in just chatting. Honestly, like just chatting has become such a focus for my content. Why is it hot? Why am I sweating? Passing culture has definitely changed a lot in the last 5 years. I would like to ask your input on that, honestly. Because I feel like as someone who is... I am very, very baby trans. I'm... August 2020 is when I came out. Because, you know, my perspective is radically and rapidly shifting the more I learn about this kind of stuff. And that's... Honestly, that's a really unfortunate thing, that we are, as transgender people, expected to learn when we can't simply be, because there is so much that people will confront us on. Streamers very much chat first and games maybe. That's a chill vibe. I like that. I love hanging out in your streams when I get the chance. Very, very cool vibes over there. Learned that autogender is a thing and it makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Let me have a look. What's autogender? Honestly, that's... autism gender. Neurogender, which can only be understood in the context of being autistic or when one's autism greatly affects one's gender or how one experiences gender. I mean, that feels like it ties in quite succinctly with what I was saying before, how there seems to be a correlation, again, not causation, a correlation of transgender people who happen to be autistic. And I am autistic. Previously diagnosed as what we now no longer refer to as Asperger's syndrome, because Asperger was a Nazi and we don't like those. Those are bad. Why we changed the name. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe a cute little envy was tied to your autism. Like I said, I don't think it's tied. I think it's just a coincidence. We were talking about how, yeah, Hans Asperger was a Nazi. And that's why we don't use his name in reference to that anymore. Because, I mean, I don't want to have a disorder diagnosis that ties me to Nazism, thanks. That's kind of mean. I've honestly never listened to Boy George. Well, probably have on the radio, but... as a person who's not well-versed in music, don't ask me my favorite anything album. Says the woman with an electric guitar in the background that she can play the main riff of Enter Sandman on, and that's about it. Oh, I suppose I can play Baby Did a Bad Bad Thing. Like,
the Rogue Room
main
appreciates your recommendation.
Kinda Jaco, thank you for the host, mate. Might be that autism is tied with other views on genders because autism gives a different perspective on a lot in the world. It could be that. It's hard to say. Hard to verifiably say. And honestly, like thinking back to Abigail's... That feels weird to say as an Abigail. Thinking back to Abigail Thorn's video that we didn't watch it. I watched it. I don't know if you watched it. Marvelous stuff. You love my light up stuff? Thank you. I want to get more. I need more lights. Lights are fun. I love lights. I think a lot of what she says, and again this comes back to the whole Matrix thing, is like there's a lot of allegories you can take from the text. You can take a lot of ideas and say, well, this applies to me in a different way. And I talk about media interpretation a lot here. The idea that, and this is a pretty standard thing, if you've had any sort of media education whatsoever.
Welcome to the Rogue Room. We hope you enjoy
La
your
Loca
stay.
Pony, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us, friend. One of the major foundational things of studying media is interpreting all the different messages that can be gleaned from it. And I think in in Abigail Thorn's video, there's a lot of stuff that could potentially tie into autism as well, like thoughts of your own identity and understanding it. When you transition, oh my god, Ren, thank you for gifting a sub to Jordan. Let's swing on over to the sub lounge. There was a real old guard in the community. Folks who passed very much lived in stealth. Now Many that are cis-passing are still out and proud about their status. Oh, I see. Yeah, I consider myself one of those, I want to be an advocate for the trans community, sort of thing. Like, not... It's kind of hard to explain what I mean, but I want people to know I'm trans, and I want to speak on... Yeah, the fucking awful ejaculate-covered sofas that's supposed to be light reflecting off them. My pixel art skills leave a lot to be desired, okay? I will fix it. How do you do lighting and shadows? I don't know. I'll need to do like an art study or something to sit there and just like, I'm going to pixel art out some sofas, little sofa lounges. I think the issue, of course, is, you know, the pictures that I used as a reference were so much bigger, and you try to like do tiny little pixels that match up to everything, and you're like, you got an overlay of the image, and it doesn't, you don't know what's what, so I'm just like, I'll just do a rough estimate. I remember having so much more energy for the advocacy stuff, but it's worn you down a lot. I can imagine, yeah. I can imagine. I find explaining certain topics tiring, but at the same time, I very much enjoy it. I suppose that makes sense.
Welcome
coming from a family of
Rogue Room.
teachers.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
Milton, Nasty Mento, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. I got coffee. Cheney is here. Hello, Cheney. Gonna do a quick assassination in Hitman, then head to sleep. Sounds good. Having spent 4 years being confused by philosophy before being sufficiently confused to be given a fancy piece of paper and a really thick debt, you can say that you believe gender is reality so far removed from bodies and chromosomes, since behaviors and tastes are learned and discovered and have really nothing at all to do with that basic biology nonsense that is actually, I can read, just stereotypes hiding behind cultural norms. Absolutely. It absolutely makes sense. Like, gendered norms, by their very definition, are a system of control. They're a system of categorization. They put you into one pigeonhole or another because that's easy for the vast majority of people to understand, and it's also easy for the upper class to control everyone. We know there are men and we know there are women, and we can segment them accordingly, according to capitalistic cultural norms, effectively. This is something I want to do a video on. I have considered touching on it in my upcoming video, but it's not really relevant to the major topic. It is sort of... I mean, let me put it to you this way. The video I'm doing is releasing on February 14th. Does that give you any hint about what it's about? And I thought to myself, you know, I could touch on the cultural foundation of things like marriage, that institution, and how that is in its own way, it's a symptom of a controlling system. Largely the feeling of having explained it so many times to so many people, it would get exhausting, yeah. And to that end, that does give me the perspective regarding the ninja thing recently. How it's like, he shouldn't have to explain racism to his entire audience. I still believe he should, but I imagine after so many years streaming in such a toxic gaming community that he's accustomed to the toxicity and doesn't want to become the mouthpiece for it to constantly repeat the same points every stream. I guess. I'm trying to like mentally gymnastics my way around that, but I still think it's bullshit that he thinks he doesn't have a responsibility. Anywho, looking forward to all these videos. We're doing 12 videos this year. Cancelled is already out if you haven't already seen it on my YouTube channel. ! New vid in chat if you want to check that out. It's about 27 minutes long. Don't know what your chromosomes are. You've never observed them. Sure, I could take a guess, but it seems to me that if they're so important to determining your identity, surely someone should have observed them. Exactly. That's like... And quite frankly, if I may say, you know, we can estimate that I, as somebody born with what is typically considered male genitalia, and thus male chromosomes, as was mentioned in Natalie Wynn's recent video, J.K. Rowling, the Y chromosome is distinctly more feminine. And, in fact, it's missing an appendage that the X would have, like if you happen to have two X chromosomes. Quite frankly, I like that dainty little Y chromosome. Especially the way it's shaped. Very petite. Very delicate. I'm being facetious, for the record. Our chromosomes do not define our identities. Western gender issues are whack. Even over in India, they recognize more than 2 genders. This is why. Shall we touch on the idea that transphobia is racist? Shall we go there? Shall we go there? Many cultures, and I dare say there's probably some white cultures even that have multiple genders, but there have been numerous people of color cultures, let's call it, as a broad term, that have had multiple different gender roles. I believe Islander folks. Was it Islander folk? I can't recall exactly. My knowledge on this is a bit shot. But there have been a number of different cultures that have typically been dominated by imperialist structures, of course, as you would expect, that have had pretty typical male role, pretty typical female role, and then other gendered roles amid those. In some cases, there were even cultures where there were boys who, well, babies born what you would typically assign male, and had either a gender identity that was what we would perhaps consider non-binary, or somewhere in between, or even feminine, and vice versa. And the current Western social structure, obviously, there's a lot of push to be cis, there's a lot of push to be Pixel.
You are now one of us.
For goodness sake, you are distracting me with subs. Welcome to the Sub Lounge, Miserabella, Captain Oblivious, Food for Thought, Tootie Boots, and Venus. And for some reason my bot thinks to tell Pixel 5 times you can enter the Sub Lounge. Thank you so kindly for gifting 5 tier 1s to the community, you absolute legend. Thank you so much.
You are now one of us.
Now I'm going to listen to the bot say that over and over and over again. Botwick, shut up. Stupid robot. I really need to work on getting some animations for this shit. At the moment, we just got text. That's what we get. That's what you get. You get text. Text and the Sub Lounge. But yeah, there's a lot of documented evidence. One of us. One of us.
You are now one of us.
Shut up, you stupid robot. Of course it's okay to be trans. I'm transgender. It's perfectly lovely to be trans. I mentioned this today. I tweeted this. I did a tweet. I do a lot of those. And quite frankly, entirely too many. If I'm honest with you, I am tweeting constantly. I'm one of those perpetually online people. I did tweet today. I love that I am trans. So, obviously, yes, it's okay to be transgender. But there has been documented evidence. Again, I need to refresh my memory on this. It's been a while since I learned about it. But there's been documented evidence of numerous different cultures before imperialism came along and sort of wiped the whole thing out. And, the rigid male-female dynamic was set in stone. There were numerous different cultures that had numerous different gender identities. And realistically speaking, like what we consider gender identity now is a very, very diverse and very fluid concept. What happens to your dirk if you be trans? I mean, this isn't a dirk. It's just a letter opener. But I still have it. Like, I can still... you could stab someone with that. But generally speaking, I would prefer like a bigger sword. I would prefer like maybe a scimitar or a katana. Or just a nice dagger. But yeah, this isn't really a dirk, I'm afraid. I don't have one. I lost it. A katana. Yeah, I'd prefer a katana. Oh, you know what? I do have a bigger sword. I'm being silly. Listen to me going on about how I wish I had a bigger sword. Goodness me. can't believe I would forget that I'm the fucking Lich Queen. Very heavy. Look at this shit. I have a big enough sword. That's very scary that I keep that over there. Of course, if you're looking for lighter options, if you're looking for perhaps something a little bit daintier, because, you know, real swords are very heavy. Very, very heavy. But you know what's not heavy? A blade made out of light. Specifically a lightsaber. So if you're interested in swords, if you're interested in blades, there are some options for you. There's quite a few out there. Guitar stream when? Once I know how to play a riff consistently. I've been lazy, like... I mean, we can get Jeff on, but the problem is DMCA. Like, if Jeff plays anything... If we get Jeff on, or if I learn to play properly, then we've got the issue, like, maybe I should hit up Lara. Just slide in her DMs and, like, what can I play on my guitar that's not going to get me DMCA? But ignoring the electric for a minute... I got this one. I can't even play covers anymore. No. I forgot what I used to play. What if you improvise along to the royalty-free music? First, I'd need to know what all of these notes actually sound like. I used to have a... Kaz and Jeff, can I get you guys on overtime? I'm not gonna pay you. Jesus, like they're really being original tonight, aren't they? Anyway, just because I've censored the I in my username doesn't mean you get to censor your words in my chat so you can circumvent my spam filter. No, that's not right. Maybe Wonderwall, since you can't get in trouble for playing England's national anthem. Is the music even playing, actually, on that note? Yes, it is. We've still got background music, okay. I'm not a musician. Let's get that out of the way right now. I am the furthest thing from. I have bought my own guitar. I've stolen my mother's guitar. And I have not bothered to dedicate the time. It's like an hour a day. I have that. I have an hour a day. I'm just incredibly lazy. Yeah, that one's... I was planning on learning electric. I was planning on learning how to play metal. And just hit the strings and yell. I mean, there has been some theory of, you know, basic music playing is just... You really only need like 2 or 3 chords, right? And then you improvise or something. I don't fucking know. You have a broken branch and a heavy rock in your room and you sleep with a bat under your bed. What breed of bat is it? Is it like a... Is it a fruit bat? I want a bat. Can I get a bat for a pet? Like, I as you might tell, my stuff is all over the back end of my bed today. I don't know why the spider is all the way over there. I want the spider at the head of my bed. And I'm thinking to myself, I would really love some more gothic stuff, which includes spiders and bats and black cats. Oh, let me show you something. Where is it? Where did I put it? Did I bookmark it? I believe I bookmarked it. Something I desperately want and do not need by any stretch of the imagination. Where are you, you cute little thing? No.
Ah, I see you've brought guests.
Hey, Remaya.
Welcome.
Welcome in, friend. How you going? Not a napkin, it's a band... what's it called? Not a bandana. How was your stream, dude? What'd you get up to? The heck is up? Welcome in, dude. It's a pleasure to see you. How was your stream? What were you getting up to tonight? Oh, hang on. Maybe this is it. Goth. Fuck. I have a thing that I really
Welcome
really
to the
want.
Rogue Room. We hope you enjoy your stay.
Alexandra, Duchess of Demise. I love the bloody name. That's awesome. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. I'm going to scroll through my window shopping section in my Discord. If you guys are interested in, like, buying yourself something at some point, this is what I want. I need it. I need this stupid fucking cat. That'll go somewhere on the shelves. I need it. I need it. I forgot what its name was.
Welcome to the Rogue Room. We hope you enjoy your stay.
Abigail, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Oh, there was a link to it though. I can't remember. I don't remember what the name of the little kitty was. Heck. Dang it. Sucks. Looks like something that would haunt you. I love all that goth stuff. You've long overstayed tonight. Yeah, if it's 3:22, get some sleep. Thank you so kindly for being here, Azera. Do you have to be in mod view to use your moderator? No. You can just do like /ban, /timeout, I don't know. What other options are there? Like, those are the only two mod powers I'm aware of. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna put this over here for now. Because I am too lazy to get up and put it back in its case. So if that falls over and smacks into the back of my monitor, I'm blaming capitalism. Explicitly. Yeah, just type /ban and then the username. But that and, you know, quite frankly, I'd love more goth decor in general. More spidery stuff. I wonder, like, Spider... not Spider-Man. Spider replica. Yeah, no, you know what I want? I want to get not a spider in a glass. I wanted to show you this because we had some issues about arachnophobia the other night, but we know I like spiders. And there was a thing at the Australian Museum when I was there recently, which was a tarantula inside a little glass frame mounted, and I so desperately wanted it. I couldn't afford it, obviously. It was like $70, but I'm like, god damn, do I want one of those. It would be really morbid to get one and then put it next to Vess's tank though, wouldn't it? Dude, can you imagine if she actually decided to come out one time during stream? Can you imagine? Can you even imagine it? If one day we're sitting here talking and you just see something just like slowly crawl up the side of the tank on the inside. Because she does that. I've seen her like right up in the corner over here a couple of times, that's the door right there. So you slide that open, you put crickets in. That's my tarantula. I have a pet tarantula. Her name is Vess. She's named after the character from The Witcher 3 with like cleavage down to her belly button. I don't know why. Then the character is entirely meaningless to me. I have no emotional investment in her, but the spider's name is Vess. Yeah, she's an Australian tarantula, but I don't know what specific breed is the issue. It's like I received her, and the person who sold her to me, it was a Christmas present from my then partner. But all they really said to me is like, just feed her crickets, spritz her tank with water once every week or so, and refill. She's got like she drinks water from like the bottom of the enclosure, I think. They just keep that filled up every 2 months or so. And yeah, they didn't specify what, they just said it's an Australian bird-eating spider, but I posted her picture on another Facebook group. Well, this isn't a Facebook group. On a Facebook group. And someone who is perhaps more an expert on spiders than I said that's not a bird-eating spider of any variety, but she is a tarantula, and they said a certain type which I've forgotten. Maybe if I just go... No, that's not helping me. This is the problem, is like I can't go and search my history to find it because, like I said, I am... what's the phrase? Addictively online? Perpetually online? So... That information is long gone. She is baby, that's what. And I want I want tarantula plushies, of course. Because I just want more spider stuff. More bats. Give me bats. I want something like this. Look at this thing. That's good. That's a good start. That's kind of cute. That's fucking adorable and I need it now. Have you seen the fluffy spiders? Have you seen the actual fluffy spiders? Look at these things. Well, that's not really that fluffy. There are some spiders that are really, they've got really thick fur. Trying to think what breed they're called. I mean, some of these avicularias are pretty fluffy. I want to go batty and spidey. That's just cute. I mean, that's obvious. Is that a... No, that's a plush. Surely. Yeah, it's got crystal on its head. Of course it is. Jumping spiders are fucking adorable. But there are some breeds of spider that are particularly really, really fluffy. I can't remember what the fucking breed is. Whoever it was that that gave me the diagnosis on this, want to smash that thing with a thorn? Now reread that as an American, it becomes.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Goof, welcome to the Rogue Room. Get down, grab a drink, and chill out with his friend. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Zex. Agreed, yes. Whoever diagnosed my spider, whoever identified my spider, whatever the breed was, started with E. E dot something. E dot E-O... Spider e-commerce definition. I need to know why this is a recommended search result. Let's dive into something that's not at all related to Abigail Thorn, which we haven't been on for about an hour now. A search engine spider, also known as a web crawler, is an internet bot that crawls websites and stores information for the search engine to index. It's ever expanding because new web pages are created every single day, not an actual depiction of a search engine index. Not particularly what I was going for. Tarantula E. colonica. Maybe this is it. Okay, this is vaguely what Vess looks like. For those of you who are curious, Vess very distinctly resembles an E. colonica. Here we go, there's a good picture. Content warning spiders, I guess. Actual spiders. I mean, I've already been showing you a few. This is vaguely what Vess looks like. So I think she's E. colonica. She's less than palm-sized easily. You want a sub? Well then go ahead. I have a reasonable sub goal of 75. We're back up to 50. I'd love to stay above 50 at the very least. You want a white fluffy spider that has cute red eyes. I wonder if there is one. Hang on. White spider. There are a few. There's not fluffy ones. White widows? These ones are creepy ones. I mean, I love all spiders. They're gorgeous. Even redbacks. But white widows? I don't believe there are any white fluffy spiders. Wait a minute. Wait, is this real? This can't be real. No, you're kidding me. You're having a giggle, mate. That's not a real... This is on Snopes. Ah. I hate to disappoint you. Furry albino tarantula. False. I was looking at it in the Google search results. I didn't click on any of them. It would probably give it away, but it was like... Dude. I want it. Beautiful. I mentioned the other night one of the ones I want to get is the P Metallica, which is a bright blue spider. If I ever get another one, I'm getting a P Metallica. Either a P Metallica or a sand spider of some sort. One of these babies. Look at this. It does things to me. It's so beautiful. I know I'm a creepy bitch. Shut up. So evil, whoever did that. If I was a spider, I'd be a redback and I'd eat snakes. Yes. The colors are amazing on it. You know what else? Sand spider. or a desert spider of some sort. I'd love to get one of these. Can you get a DMCA for playing your own songs? If you're a big artist and you happen to have songs that are covered under DMCA, then yes, actually. But your DMCA only strikes, I think it's Sony, Warner, and what's the last one? Sony, Warner Music, and there's a third company, and those three in particular were using the DMCA system to take down streamers. I cannot recall the third company. But it's only music that's licensed under those three companies that was actually getting DMCA strikes. So chances are not likely that you would... I mean, I did, the song I used in the end of Cancelled? And yeah, it's done automatically, yeah. The song I used at the credits of Cancelled, Vandal by Judge Bitch and Gold Reaper, that I tried to use that in another video. It's not copyright struck on Cancelled, but it is copyright struck on, well, it was until I got rid of that video and changed it. It was copyright struck on the other video I did. I don't know why Cancelled didn't receive, well, not copyright struck, sorry, copyright claimed. So you could still watch the video, but any ad revenue that I'd never get, for the record, because I only have 412 public watch hours on YouTube. Yeah, Herman Lee got struck with a DMCA on his channel, on his Twitch channel. The guitarist from Trivia, Matt Heafy, always streams himself playing guitar. There you go. It's like really weird because people would watch those streams. People would be keen to see their favorite musicians playing those songs live. But the fact that the DMCA system just says to everyone, sorry, you're not allowed to make money off that. That's the problem, right? Is that people could play copyrighted music, and that was the problem site-wide, is that people would play copyrighted material and not cover any of the expense of paying licensing or any of that kind of stuff. That was the major issue. And as a result, DMCA stepped in with their authoritarian bullshit. Music licensing laws are woefully inadequate. And yes, thank you to Pixelbytes again for those 5 lovely gifted subs. Maybe it has to do with whether you're playing along to the recording or not. Possibly. I don't think so, though. I think there have been people who've been struck for doing covers of songs, like legitimate covers on different instruments to the original song. Okay, this will just show you where my mind is constantly. Had to nip out. My immediate thought was, oh fuck. Please don't. You can't see anything. I'm wearing a tank top under a dress. Music laws are woefully outdated, and they need to be massively overhauled. I am not an authority on the matter. I don't have any formal education on it, but I do know that the laws are explicitly written in a way that even the musicians who produce the music get absolutely fucked over. So, as you can plainly see, but the money! But as Wall Street Bets has recently proven, money is explicitly fake as all fuck. Money means fuck all. And it's about time we latched onto that idea that money is fucking stupid. We should let go of money. Throw it in the bin. Throw it in the rubbish. But then, I am wondering if this Wall Street situation, again, I'm not terribly informed on it. We did go over the short squeeze thing, whatever that meant the other day. Oh, my notes are over here for some reason. Oh no, that's not notes, that's my script for the video. Don't look at that. Luckily you guys aren't looking at my screen, because I did want to talk on some actual topics today. But anyway, we'll come back to that in a moment. I do wonder if this is going to have an impact on how we perceive money, the value of it, any of that kind of stuff. Doubtful? Oh, excuse me. Highly doubt that this, stock exchange situation is actually going to lead to anything good for people who generally speaking, God. People who generally speaking need the money more than those that don't. No, it's fake cricket, because if cricket is fake, there's no need for you to be having a heart attack right now. Yes, cricket is absolutely fake. It's all staged. They're all actors. They plan out all... It's like wrestling. You know, cricket is like the wrestling. You know, I would enjoy sports more as a concept if all sports were like wrestling. Just fake it up like fucking crazy, rig everything, and institute a ton of drama where they have like full-blown promo segments. Like, I would love that a lot more if it was just dramatically ridiculous and everyone knew every sport was fake. It'd be so much more fun, honestly. Wrestling has the formula figured out. No, we'll leave the autism stuff for tonight, I think. But yeah, I think the rich will shut it down. I believe there was actually already... Let me have a look, actually. I've got an article listed here from yesterday's stream that I didn't get to use. SEC to review brokers' restrictions on GameStop and AMC trading. Securities regulators say they are on the lookout for potentially manipulative trading. Now, let's get this out of the way right now. I mean, I don't know what... I'm imagining Wall Street Journal is completely siding with the brokers and all that kind of shit. Like the language used here, potentially manipulative trading, as if the entire market isn't entirely built on manipulative trading. Like, these people are pissed off that they lost the game that they rigged in the first place. Securities regulators said Friday they plan to closely review the actions of some brokerage firms that restricted investors' abilities to trade volatile stocks such as GameStop Corp. this week. Securities and Exchange Commission's statement on Friday is the clearest indication yet that regulators are examining potential misconduct around the trading mania that swamped stocks such as GameStop, AMC Entertainment Holdings Incorporated, and Novamax Incorporated. What the fuck was that noise that I heard the cat make just now? He's knocked something onto the floor. I don't know what. But I heard something drop out there and I know it's the cat. I don't trust him. I do not trust that animal. Robinhood Markets Incorporated restricted investors' ability to purchase shares on GameStop and 12 other companies. So, Robinhood is as far as I know, I don't have the full story here, by the way, because I'm not subscribed to the Wall Street Journal. But Robinhood is a stock trading app, I believe. We search Robinhood, commission-free stock trading and investing app. And I think they are the most used stock trading app. And they shut down the trade of those particular stocks. So they intervened illegally, basically. And I believe there is potentially legislation going in which manner I'm not sure. Maybe it's to benefit those who are doing this Wall Street Bets Reddit thing. Or maybe it's to benefit the brokers. It's hard to say at this point. If someone has any further information, let me know. The only real way the poor will ever overthrow the rich is if we actually march on them and physically dispose of them. It does seem like this is perhaps potentially a bit of an early step in that direction, maybe. I don't think you necessarily need... If we've got people who are able to commit market assassination like this, I do believe there is a potential that we don't need to physically march on people. Yeah, the rich become rich. The rich became rich by robbing from the poor. And I think, with the fact that everything is so digital nowadays, attacks like this can have a significant impact, as we've seen. Which could lead to things changing for the better, perhaps. Hard to say. So, remember in Rick and Morty when Rick broke into the Galactic Federation and made the currency worth 0 of itself? Hope that happens for real. That'd be good. That'd be really good. Gonna start putting minimum spends on the stock market to price this out. I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised at all. Should we... I feel like, though, we touched on... I want to go back to the Abigail Thorn thing, because I feel like we didn't really do a whole proper discussion on it. Should we go do a proper discussion on it? They're not some evil alien race. They're rich... No, they're not rich because of effort. They're rich because of manipulation. There is no circumstance in which the rich got rich through effort. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about generational wealth and the seizure of power. Yeah, the rich became rich from enslaving people. Fuck this song. I hate this song. I used it in my video and I had to cut out this whole tin drum bit because I hate it. Sounds awful. Sorry to be so petty about that. So, yeah, the rich got, it goes back generations and generations and generations of wealth. To the point where some families are literally never going to lose that wealth. The rich became rich because their ancestors seized things that were not theirs and enslaved a ton of people. And as, the wealth has been passed down and culture and society has shifted and changed, they can't directly enslave people anymore like they used to. So they've had to use alternative methods of keeping people suppressed. Putting them in ghettos, jailing them for what should be non-criminal offenses, and developing social systems that keep people in their the financial, what's it called, strata? That's the phrase I'm looking for. I suppose their economic strata. Yeah, social stratification is an interesting topic. Refers to the society's categorization of its people into groups based on socioeconomic factors like wealth, income, race, education, ethnicity, gender, occupation, social status, or derived power, social and political. You've seen, inevitably, like a ton of the unfortunate imagery that's often used is the pyramid, which is accurate. It is accurate. Excuse me. 99 Nacho Girl, have a good one. So, for example, obviously the 1% are at the apex of the pyramid, and those are typically the people that have got there through generational wealth. It's extremely unlikely, and I mean extremely unlikely, that somebody gets into the 1% based off any sort of effort that they expend themselves. Now, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what Mark Zuckerberg's economic status was before he founded Facebook. But, as far as I know, he didn't come from a position of particular privilege. Mark Zuckerberg upbringing. He was born into a well-educated family and developed an interest in computer programming at an early age. After graduating from prep school, yeah, so he had privilege from the get-go. If he was in prep school, definitely. And obviously Harvard and all of that. Elon Musk did not come from the slums. Fuck no. Where did Elon Musk get his money? Generational wealth. His family owned, I believe it's emerald mines in South Africa. Elon Reeve Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa. Raised in South Africa. His father, Errol Musk, a South African, blah, 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 blah. His family did have emerald mines, originally. Literally streaming on Amazon. What's your point? I'm using the platforms available to me to spread the message. Like, that's just... saying that is capitalist apologism. Okay, Musk almost lost his money. Okay, but where is he now? What was that thing? What was the news that recently dropped? Oh yeah, wealthiest man in the world. Richest person in the world in January 2021, surpassing Jeff Bezos. I don't care if he almost lost all his money. I don't give a fuck about capitalists. So he obviously, and one thing that people overlook, obviously we are aware that money is pointless. We are aware that money is pointless and stupid. However, the major issue is not so much the money you have, but the connections you have. And Elon Musk has always had connections. That's how people get up in the world. That is how people elevate themselves beyond where they are, is they have connections. No one has a right to hoard money if they're employing people to make that money for them, yes. The very base level of education on capitalism says that if you as someone who is, say, running a business, pay X amount of money for the supplies to make something. And then you employ somebody to make that thing. And throughout the course of their labor, let's just say you sell the product. Let's use the analogy from the Gravel Institute video. You own a burger shop, and the ingredients to make the burgers for, say, 1 week is $1,000. So you buy $1,000 worth of ingredients. Then you have to employ somebody to work and make those burgers, because you can't do it yourself. You're running the business, right? And that employee makes 2,000, not 2,000. They don't make 2,000 burgers. But throughout the course of the week, they use those ingredients and they make those burgers, and those burgers end up bringing in $3,000 worth of income to the store, meaning that employee has brought in $2,000 worth of income on top of what you already paid for the ingredients. Like, you take that out, you take the ingredient cost out. But they're not going to pay that employee who made that $2,000 worth of labor the $2,000. More often than not, they're going to pay them maybe $500. The rest of that is profit, which then goes on to the company. And when you have enough workers and enough income and you are making enough profit, you are literally robbing from any number of those workers, however many you have. Profit is theft. Because more often than not, the vast majority of profit goes all the way to the top and does not trickle back down again. It's simply not possible. Doesn't Clive Palmer owe millions to employees and refuses to pay? They all do. All the billionaires do. Don't defend billionaires. Why do you think bootlicking is going to get you anywhere? Let's clarify that right now. Bootlicking is not going to get you billionaire money, so why do you lick the boot so much? Don't deep throat it. Fuck. Rich people are rich because they're worth something and improve the race? No. Yeah, exactly. That's not at all the case. The value, the income that he has, comes from other people. That he's not paying enough. They keep getting money grants from the government. Of course they do. Because they're in cahoots with them. Keep getting money grants from the government, yes. So what was the latest one? Did he get a grant? This is the thing, it's like these people have money. I can't believe he ran for, well, his party ran for leadership. $60 million man. Oh, this is from 2019. This is from mid last year. Clive Palmer charged with fraud. I can't read it because the Herald is charging me a subscription. No, they're not. Clive Palmer's legal action against Western Australia will absolutely be quashed by new law. I'm sorry, do you think I'm not allowed to criticize the system we're in for some reason on the stream that I'm hosting? Why? Let's ask this question. Why are you playing devil's advocate right now? Poor people have every right to speak out against a system that categorically oppresses them. Let's also consider the fact that, more often than not, vast majority of jobs are not going to accept me as I am. I don't even get the opportunity to lick some boots as a retarded trans lesbian. Put that out there. Vast majority of jobs, and even if I were to slave away. I've done a bit of sociology. I am aiming to get into it this year as a degree. I'm going to be contacting the uni as soon as possible. Because I have applied for it, but I didn't make the first intake because I didn't make the first intake because I applied too late. I think I shifted my preferences around for courses. Please help. I'll try. The thing is, like, I know a fair bit about this stuff, but I don't know as much as I would like, and that's why I'm going into sociology. And my goal is to use the sociology degree to then make content around sociology, which I'm already deeply going into as it stands. But yeah, like I mentioned before, the very base level of capitalistic philosophy is that profit is theft. And yeah, most employers are not going to look at someone like me and offer me a position. Let's just say, for example, offer me a position where I can move up in the world. I could probably get a stock standard low income, low rung on the ladder job. There's a noise. Why are there weird noises happening in my house? How much of that sociology degree is dictated by rich people? That's also the problem. This is why I would like to just grab the theory. Maybe I should just do that. I should just look up, like, what's the, what are the texts in the degree? Is there a way that I could, like, hack into their site and download their syllabus, and then I'll just read the books myself, form my own opinions on it? This is the issue, of course, when you've got things like, and of course, I've mentioned Gravel Institute a number of times. They make good videos on sociological concepts and left-wing ideas, which is supposed to be a counter to PragerU that literally tweeted some Nazi bullshit the other day. So, you know, there is that whole thing. Anyway, I was going to cycle back around to the Abigail Thorn thing before we got completely derailed. I've got a ton of links about autism here, but I don't want to touch on that tonight. Because I did want to talk about, railed. I do have Twitter, yes. ! Twitter in the chat will bring you to that. I also do have 2 panels that will take you to my link tree. Yeah, my link tree does have all of my socials in it. I should have a link tree command. I don't know why I don't. How many webcams? Just 2. I want to get another one, but I can't find... I mean, I don't even know if I would want to get this specific webcam again, the C922, because I'm already having issues with these 2 fuckers over here. Particularly this one. Because it seems like whenever I turn off my PC, after I turn it back on again, the camera disconnects for some reason. I open OBS, switch to my alternate camera scene, and look, where's my camera? Why does my door look so big? It does a bit, doesn't it? It's huge. Maybe it's just perspective? Hard to say. I do like having multiple cameras. I wouldn't mind that being in a different spot, though. I just don't know where I'd put it. But it would be good to have an extra one of those. And mount it, like, maybe over here. Like, I wouldn't mind having a camera at this spot at the edge of this monitor. I feel like that'd be a cool thing. Tweeted it to me. Let's have a look. Let's open up my own Twitter page. But you tweeted what to me? I don't have any... Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Durkheim and Parsons. Serving the economy, supporting social mobility, and creating social cohesion. What's the assignment? Need to go to bed because tomorrow is just another manic Monday. Rightio, Kez. Have a good one. Get some rest, lovely. Thank you so kindly for all your help tonight. You've been good. Because we've had some transphobic fucknuts in here. It's been exhausting, quite frankly. You know, I'm always open for discussion. Do we watch the video? I mean, I don't want to watch the whole... I don't want to watch the whole Ollie Thorn video. Not Ollie, fuck. Apologies. Abigail Thorn. Oh my god, I fucked up. That was inevitable. I've known them as that name for the longest time, so of course I'm going to stumble. I apologize. Not that they're ever going to see my content. Abigail Thorn, the creator of Philosophy Tube. Fuck, dude, that's so easy to get wrong. I think I understand now how people can dead name so easily. Some people obviously do it maliciously. On that note, actually, because some people do intentionally dead name.
Thank you for your membership. Please enjoy all the delights of the subscriber lounge.
Please join us here in the sub lounge. Thank you so kindly for your tier 1 sub. Enjoy. These are not supposed to be semen-encrusted lounges. They are supposed to have lighting cascading on them. I promise I'll fix it so it looks a little bit less covered in semen. Functionalist perspectives of education. My God, it's been so damn long, dude. Been so damn long since I have done functionalist perspectives. Functional theory stresses the functions of education serves a fulfilling serves in fulfilling a society's various needs. Perhaps the most important function of education is socialization.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
Steve, huh? Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Hope you're doing well. Sorry you have to deal with such hurtful comments tonight. It's expected at this point. I mean, Jeff, can I get you on mod duty? I feel like I'm going to need to start employing people. I mean, this is the goal, right? Is that I would get to such a point where I would have people on all the time that can be in the moderatory role. Try and work out the buttons. You just do this. What am I? I'm a streamer. What are you? I'll give you an example, Jeff. You do //ban, and then you go moron. Oh my god, I just slashed and it brings up a whole menu of things. How long have I been trans? I've been trans for about... Well, I mean, if you want to be honest, I've been trans for... how long? Why are there so many of you? Where are you coming from? Technically, I would argue since about 15, if you want to be completely honest, but I suppressed for a good time. You get really thrown off when you correct people in MAGA hats on your pronouns and they apologize, then rant about how much they're cool with it. Is that a routine thing? Just change to mod view. So what does mod view have? I haven't actually looked at mod view. What does mod view got in it? So like, I don't really, like none of those options are really what you want. You just got to use like the /ban and /timeout commands. Happens a lot in the town where you work. Maybe it's just because they already like you. I mean, I suppose. And that's one way to change minds, I suppose. That's one way to change minds if you are otherwise, well, I mean, if you are otherwise presenting as cis beforehand and then you transition after the fact. So like, yeah. It's, there we go. Clown and stupid. I mean, that's not honestly, like, pronouns jokes are not going to encourage me to help you out with your sociology homework. Still can't work. It's not in mod view. There's nothing in mod view that lets you ban people. I mean, there are unban requests. Oh my god, they actually have some unban requests. That's insane. Should we go through these? Should we maybe go through unban requests for the hell of it? This person's had an account since 2015. Do we want to read their unban requests? Or do we want to ignore them? Is it? Oh no. Okay, I can see you guys. I just realized I've opened up mod view. Let me see if I can get mod view in fuck, this is not good. I've opened up mod view and I've completely killed my chat interface over here. So let me get mod view over here. Pop out chat. And I'll bring my moderator view over here. This is the first. This is exciting. I've got unban requests. Auto mod queue, mod actions. Now I've lost it. I can't see it. Active mods. Gurman, Jeff, and Botwick. Botwick doesn't count. He barely does anything. Unban requests. Okay. Okay. You want to hear this one? Yeah, no, I know what mod view is. I know what we've got for mod view. Okay, so this is broken English. Ew, what made you want to be tran? Exclamation mark OnlyFans. Those are the messages that got them banned. This is what I don't. This is hilarious. F you, F slur, banning me for speaking the First Amendment. This is not a democracy, you fucknut. Hang on, can I, no, hang on. How do I? Let me just find something here really quickly. Oh, come on, dude. There's no report function? Okay. Well, I'm gonna do this then. First Amendment. You need to be like you know. So I'm gonna go to this person's account. I'm curious. Are you a streamer? No, they're not. They've had an account since 2014. Not for long. Not for much longer. Hate speech. Okay. Can I go to... Where's my mod view thing that I had up? I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in the report log and delete their account. Yeah. There we go. That's a good way to do it. This is fun. Let's do this. Let's ban some people from Twitch. Content. Okay, who's next? Who have we got next? Alright, unban requests. So you can get denied, obviously. Deny, cunt. That's my response. Okay. I'm gonna copy this person's text. They asked, can you feel a breeze on your balls in that cute dress? And Kez got this one. Kez banned them. They met their unban request. Please. Their unban request is, please. Fuck yourself. Let's see here. I hate that I have to go to their page to report them. I mean, I don't know why I would bother reporting this person, but I feel like being toxic tonight, so... There we go. Blocked. One more. We'll do one more and then we'll go back to chatting about Abigail Thorn. Because I want to talk about that discussion. Deny. Send deny decision. And this one, the messages stopped. Load previous. Here we go. This person asks, butt plug. Maybe a mental illness stream instead. Play Wonderwall Ladyboy. Nor are you a woman. And their unban request is question mark. Like, what outcome were you expecting, friend? Oh my god, what's their name? I need to copy their name so that I can... Their name was Sig Hail Shrek, by the way. We're gonna ban them as well. Get them banned from the platform. Get them off the site, because, I mean, I don't think this is gonna actually do anything, honestly. I'm reporting them and I'm posting their messages. And the thing, this is the last time I'm going to do this. Harassment. There we go. Blocked. There we go. Alright. Grammar moment. That's enough of that bullshit. So, shall we go back to identity bullshit? Well, it's not bullshit, it's good. It's good shit, that's what it is, it's good shit. So we talk about, because I didn't get the chance to really discuss this in depth. Abigail Thorn, good shit. Fuck, she's gorgeous. Goodness gracious me. Here I am like, God damn. Anyway, here's the statement she made on Twitter, right? It's very, very tiny, sorry. Hello friends, I'm delighted to say I'm a trans woman. My name is Abigail, and you can refer to me with she, her. Now, you know what I want to do? Before we do this, I want to do something. This is going to be... some of you may not be familiar with this. Oh, actually, you know what? I bookmarked it just for this reason. Those of you who are familiar with me will know I posted this back on August 27th of 2020. This was my coming out letter. TLDR, I'm transgender. Now, I had not been transitioning at that point. I had not been out to my family. Well, I was out to my family, but only just. You know, I wanted my family to know before I told my community. TLDR is too long, didn't read. And I can hear people yelling. I don't like that. That gives me like some bad vibes, dude. Some really not good vibes. But anywho, this was my coming out letter. And it's very, very personal. I'm probably going to be a little bit emotional about it. But I do want to get this out there because I feel like it's important to show, you know, the kind of stuff that we feel, the kind of stuff that we experience. And realistically speaking, I could show you my coming out letter and I could show you Thorn's coming out letter and show just how different they are. Mine is very, very me. It's all about me. But Abigail Thorn used her platform to not only come out and announce she's trans, but also talk about trans issues, that especially in the UK. But anyway, this was my coming out letter, and I was still figuring myself out very much. I feel a lot more comfortable with myself nowadays. So this has been a long time coming. When I was 15 years of age, I had a moment of extreme discomfort in my gender as a male that I wasn't sure how to deal with. I spent days looking through various websites detailing what might happen if I wanted to transition and found the entire process overwhelming and terrifying. Medication for the rest of my life, invasive surgical procedures, not to mention the extreme social pressure which persists to this day. Ultimately, this phase culminated with me crying to myself in the middle of the night on the couch in the upstairs living room until my mother came out to see what was wrong. I'm not who I'm supposed to be. I knew what I wanted to tell her, but the words couldn't escape my lips, and believe me, I tried my damnedest to get the words out. So, I suppressed that part of myself and carried on, playing the role of a man throughout my later teens and all of my 20s, all the while hiding that part of me. Or should I say, the real me. I locked her away in a little vault inside my mind from the moment I realized just how difficult it would be for me to transition, but from inside that cage she has screamed. For 16 years she has screamed at me, begging me to let her out, and now, since the day after my 31st birthday, I unlocked that cage. I don't know what this means, but I've been exploring again, experimenting. I've bought makeup, shaved my beard, and been trying new clothes. I've probably spent far more money than I should have on new things. Hopefully I calmed down a little with the spending, honestly. Gotta get a joke in there, you dickhead. The truth is, him, any of those names I've gone by, the characters I've portrayed, they've all been a mask, a facade, a way for me to conceal who I truly am behind layers and layers of improvised masculinity, copying what other men do, trying my best to look like I fit the role I've never felt comfortable in. Quite honestly, I should be an actor because I think I've done a pretty bang-up job, and ironically, despite owning a couple of wigs, I've never portrayed a female character in any of my content. Maybe it's because I felt I'd do a disservice to myself, and honestly I am considering breaking out those wigs and making some new characters with my new content. I've tried everything to play the man role to the utmost of my ability. I wore my hair short for a significant portion of my life, grew a beard, started lifting weights a few years ago to obtain a more masculine physique, which I now honestly regret to a point. I do like my muscularity still a bit. I think it's okay to be feminine and still have muscles. I hate that whole notion that, if you're a woman you shouldn't have big bulky muscles. I've even gone as far as deepening my voice in my content and applying a more aggressive, sometimes angry demeanor because of the angry testosterone-fueled man trope. But that's not who I am. Who I am is a scared teenage girl looking up at her mother in the middle of the night, tears streaming down her face, horrified by what may come if she just opens up. She so desperately wants to open up, I want to open up. So that's it. I'm a woman. Hi, my name is Abigail. From now on, please use she, her pronouns. You can call me Abby if you like. I may talk about physical changes soon, but as it is very early days, please just know that I understand all I need to about that subject. I would rather not discuss it in depth at this time. Well, that fucking changed. As for my Twitch, YouTube, and all social media, that will be changed to reflect this. Look forward to a total rebrand in the days to come, including my username and general on-screen presence. I have big plans moving forward. Thanks, Abby. That was mine. That was my coming out letter back in August. Totally unrelated maybe for other streams, but yes, I do consider dude gender neutral. I'm okay with dude, and I think dude, guys, stuff like that is like generally okay. The stuff that really crosses the line is people calling me stuff like brother and man and all of that bullshit, because they are coming in specifically to use that kind of terminology to attack you and to hurt you and all of that. But dudes, guys, I don't know, I feel like particularly with guys, that one is very independent, individual. There are some trans women who I've spoken to, or just women in general, who don't like the phrase guys, it's too masculine, etc. The vast majority of people I've met are okay with the phrase dudes, and for that reason, honestly, peer pressure in this circumstance, makes me think, you know what, yeah, dudes is okay. Call me a dude. I don't mind that one. Because though it may feel like it has a masculine leaning in terms of its language, I personally don't really feel that it does all that much. There's not that much weight to it. So, I'm okay with dude. I'm okay with guys. That sort of thing. Excusez-moi. So, that was my coming out letter, and yeah, I'm whole. Okay. To you, hey guys is okay, dude is not. That's interesting. That's interesting. Why is that? I'm curious. How you doing, Ice Deal? What's going on? Yeah, okay. I've had some moments today. I've been emotional. Today's been a good emotional day. Today's been a cry day. It's been good. I love it. Can I say that, like, one of my favorite things about the hormones is, and just generally being out, generally being able to accept myself, has unlocked my emotions like crazy. I can't 100% blame it on the hormones because I was feeling this kind of openness about my emotional state before I started taking hormones. So it's not like that was the primary feature of the hormones themselves. God, her hair is pretty. Fuck. Now I'm crushing on Abigail Thorn. What is this bullshit? Probably because her message in both Identity, a Trans Coming Out Story, her latest video, and a tweet. Overall, I'm filled with joy. It's unfortunately a sad day for trans people too, though, because a pioneering pop producer by the name of Sophie, in all caps by the way, has passed away. So we've gained one trans sister and unfortunately lost one in the same day. I do not believe Abigail Thorn, by any stretch of the imagination, timed this to coincide with the death of a trans woman. Congratulations on coming out. Thank you so kindly. It feels good. It honestly feels good. Though I know I am faced with the pressure of homophobia for being a lesbian, transphobia for being trans, and just general misogyny for being a woman. I am totally okay with that bullshit. I can brush that off if I get to be me. No, I get to be myself. I get to be my own person. Rather than a role I was playing for so damn long, and I got... Honestly, one of the big things about pretending to be a man for so long, that's how I'm going to refer to it, as like acting. It's the way I treat it. I treat it as I was acting. One of the biggest things was the exhaustion I felt. I feel like I have so much more energy nowadays. I know, I mean, I'm not really presenting a whole lot of energy right now. I don't tend to be a huge, over-the-top, stupidly energetic streamer. I don't want to do that. I like the chill vibes. But there was definitely a feeling of an immense emotional weight lifted off me, and as a result, I feel like I feel awake. I feel like I'm no longer struggling to keep any kind of energy going. I feel like I'm, actually in a good place now. I wake up and, within half an hour I'm, alert. Whereas previously I would wake up and I'd just be drained. Could be an autism thing, but we're not going to do the autism discussion tonight. Of course, you cannot call people that only by just removing dude. You're mostly talking about voice chat or IRL talks online. Yeah, I understand that. I understand, like, especially when something is in your vocabulary, especially something like a name or a pronoun, for example, when you have a built-in way of speaking, it can be hard to change that. Like, I stumbled before, I referred to her by her dead name, which is bad. You don't do that. Abigail Thorn, that is. Philosophy Tube. I stumbled without even thinking, and breaking those habits is fucking hard. So if you're around people who don't appreciate being called dude, for example, or guy, whatever, then it takes a lot of effort to break that habit. Like, my mother has had struggles. She's called me his name. She's called me he, him. And the thing is, like, my grandmother still refers to me as he and all that, because we genuinely think she's getting on to the point where her mind is deteriorating. It's unfortunate, but she's repeating herself every week we see her. Like, every single week she'll tell us there's something good in strawberries. Every single week she'll tell us that the doctor she goes to is really good. Same thing all the time. And I'm not surprised that she calls me he. I'm not surprised when she calls me his name. Strawberries are fucking bomb. They're great. You love the chill vibe, talking about things that matter. I appreciate that, Emmy. Like I said, I want to educate myself even further and actually understand a whole lot more about the world so that we can talk even more about these issues. There's so much I like to talk about. Obviously, capitalism is a big one. Right-wing politics, like talking about why right-wing politics are as bad as they are, the issues involved there. I feel like there's a part of me that's like, should I do more React content? It's been ages since I did a reaction content stream. Do I watch a video and react to it? I don't want to bring up Abigail Thorn's video. I will grab the link for you though. Oops. This is not the right one. No. Hang on. Philosophy Tube. I'll grab the link for you folks. If you want to watch this. And I highly, highly recommend you do. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a work of art, this video. Honestly, it really is. And... well, where was I going with this? I've forgotten now. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I want to react to stuff, but generally speaking, I want to react to stuff I can argue against. Whereas if I were to bring up Abigail Thorn's video, we'd just be watching it, and that's not me making content. I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. I don't like seeing that. If I'm watching someone stream and they're just sitting there and a video is playing, I'm like, dude, really? You're not doing anything. How can I get into this? I might as well just go watch the video myself, you know? They're trying with the pronouns and they correct themselves all the time. If you ask them to call you Autumn, their brains might explode. Dementia and Alzheimer's is tough. Yeah, it is. And yeah, we do think it might be time to get her diagnosed. It's hard to say. But she's like 90. You know, it's kind of a foregone conclusion, you know, unfortunately. You expect that kind of stuff to happen. Grandparents' dog is here after like 7 months already. Sounds good. Is that... oh no, that's a specific Pog. Okay. I was going to say, have we got a... what does PogChamp look like at the moment? Are they still cycling them, or what have they done with those? Dude, it's been so great watching everyone get so fucking furious about PogChamps. I don't even know who that person is. I don't know who that... it's kind of PogChamp. Didn't they say that when you click on the PogChamp emote, it's supposed to take you to that person's page so you can see who the latest PogChamp is? Because I'm not seeing that at the moment. And yeah, like I'm looking at that and I'm like, I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. Stepmom works at a nursing home for dementia and Alzheimer's. It's tough work, and the stories she has are really sad. Yeah, I can imagine. It would be really rough to work around people who are deteriorating like that, because you can't help them. There's nothing you could do except just care for them. And that's really what it comes down to with a number of other things that affect younger people as well. Anywho, there are certain, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? God, I'm trying to think, like, perhaps autism is a good example here. There are some people living with autism, there are some people living with severe disabilities who are younger, who are treated as a burden by society, and there's not much you can do to help them except care for them. You know, treat them as kindly as you can. You'd rather get euthanasia than slowly die of dementia or Alzheimer's. I mean, I kind of agree. I wouldn't want to be struggling with Alzheimer's or dementia. It would be terrifying to know that you're slowly losing it and you're not going to get it back. And at the very least, I, as Abigail, get to spend the next however many years of my life as myself, rather than masquerading as him any longer. And I am legitimately overjoyed by that. Giving them your name might help them with the pronouns as well. If your given dead name is rather masculine, it's difficult to say that name and then use feminine pronouns. Yeah, true. And this is the thing that gets me about my mother. She questioned me on why I chose such a different name. It's like, oh, your other name is unisex. You could have kept it. And I'm just like, well, the problem there is, you'll still refer to me as him by his name, and you'll still refer to me by he, him pronouns, because that's, again, the identity that I associate with his name. The reason I chose the name Abigail, aside from the fact that I just love the name. Gorgeous. 4:30 here. Thanks again, Pixel, for the subs earlier, the gift subs. You are a legend. Hope to see you again around again real soon. Have a bloody good sleep. Shouldn't be up at 4:30 a.m. Goodness gracious me. Have a good one. The thing that I had the issue with the name, was the fact that I personally attached the male identity to that name. It felt like a role I had been assigned, and it was a role I didn't like, and thereby I wanted to get out of it as much as I possibly could. Welcome back, Tig. In the early 90s, your uncle passed from motor neurone disease. It was horrible to witness, but during his lifetime, he fought for the common person to be entitled to treatment. He won his case, but it was too late for him. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, there's... at the very least, medical science has been slowly improving, I guess. But we do still have many, many issues in the medical space of things. There have been... and like, this is an issue, in a way. Ty, okay, Ty.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Jaxtapause, welcome to the Rogue Room.
Enjoy your stay.
Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Hope you're having a good one, friend. So should we go to... you know what I hate looking at with her coming out letter? I was such an idiot. She opens with, "Hello friends, I'm delighted to say I am a trans woman. My name is Abigail, and you can refer to me as she, her." I didn't do that. I should have done that. I don't get to the name or the she, her bit until like the end of the fucking letter. I'm such a dumb cunt. So yeah, I urge you to watch that video. Save that link, go watch that video after the fact. After the stream. Thank you to everyone who kept my secret log for such a long time as I prepared to come out publicly. That's another thing I did wrong. Oh my goodness.
You are now one of us.
Gifting a sub to Alice. Thank you so kindly. Let's enter the sub lounge for a bit. Chill out in the sub lounge. Thank you for gifting a sub to Alice Milk. My goodness, how many subs have we had tonight? Too many. Dumb but smart. People had to read the whole story for me, I know. I like to build suspense, you know. I'm sticking to my chair and it's gross. I like to build up to the culminative moment, you know. Thank you so much, Jackster. I appreciate that ever so kindly. This is another thing that I did wrong, right? Well, I mean, this is the problem with, like, transitioning, is you, really, you choose your own journey. This is what's so good about transitioning, honestly. You choose your own path. You make your own decisions. So my path was come out to my family, which happened really quickly. Over the course of a few weeks, what happened was, like, let's break down my transition story, shall we? Before I do that, though, I need to put more of this skirt under my butt, under my legs, because I'm sticking to my fucking chair. I used to have a blanket on it, on the chair, so I wouldn't stick to it. Anyway, let's break down my transition story right now. Let's do this step by step. I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, right? I was regularly playing Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't finished that fucking game yet, but I was streaming it and I was enjoying it, and it was a good old fucking time. We were having good times. We were chilling out. I wish... I'm finding myself regretting the fact that I kind of clean slated, absolutely glassed my channels. My old content is gone. I do still have my old videos saved on my hard drive, but they're not on my YouTube channel. They're not even privated. They're deleted. I could put them back up. I don't really want to. How did I get good at makeup? Practice, practice, practice. I watched a few tutorials and I just basically do the same thing over and over again, so... But yeah, I was playing Ghost of Tsushima. When did that come out, actually? It was right around that time. It came out in July. And honestly, I mentioned in the letter that I put out that the day after my birthday is when I started to have these... let's go to my Twitch tracker for a sec. The day after my birthday is the moment that Abigail came out. Is the moment the cage got unlocked and I was free. To myself. Here's a weird little psychological... You can analyze this if you want. Here's a weird little story. On the 12th, I had that moment, that break, that mental break, where I shaved my face and I started... The situation was that I... particularly whenever I was driving anywhere, would have conversations between him and me. And at the time, me, Abby, was the secondary voice. Hey, Petrichor, love. I just say I love Petrichor. Such a good smell, dude. I could live off that shit. I need Petrichor candles. Fucking amazing. For those who don't know, Petrichor is the scent before the rain. Could live on that shit. How you doing? We're talking about my coming out story, or like my transition story. And so yeah, the day after my birthday, I had my moment where I broke. And started having these conversations with myself, and more, the voice that became the dominant in the conversation was the feminine. And that eventually came to a point where I just couldn't hear his voice anymore. I can't even conceive of thinking, let me think. I can't even conceive of, like, thinking or feeling like him anymore. He's gone. Like I said, it was a role that I was playing. It was very much a, what's the phrase that those fucking actors who stay in character when they're offset thing? That's what it felt like, you know? I was that actor. That kind of actor. Method actor, that's it. I was very, very much a method actor. Yeah, method acting. I was very much method acting like crazy. My name is Abigail, which is very coincidental given that Philosophy Tube has just announced that her name is Abigail. And I'm flattered by that, honestly. It's so cool. A big YouTube celebrity has my name. So I'm stumbling over trying to remember everything. Then I had a very strong period of... I shaved my face, I let my hair grow out, obviously. And yeah, if you go back to those later streams, you can see your masculine structures soften and your hair growing out, yeah. I started... Honestly, you know what strikes me? You are welcome, Petrichor.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
And it's a pleasure to meet you
enjoy
too.
Your
Welcome
stay.
to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us, friend. Hope you are having a good one. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Erebus. And funny story. This is the thing. These people keep coming into my stream and telling me I look like a dude. And in one of my Ghost of Tsushima streams, I'm trying... actually, this is why I've got my Twitch tracker page open, because I want to look at my timeline of when I stopped. I stopped on July 22nd. So I played about a week of Ghost of Tsushima on stream. And then I had a 5-week break. Right, I had a 5-week break. I streamed, July 22nd. And after shaving my face and letting my hair down and softening my voice, like I was actively softening my voice, people now say, they come in and they insult me saying, you'll never be a real woman, you're a dude, you're a man, you're all this kind of bullshit. They misgender me like crazy. And at the tail end of his streams, people were coming in and insulting me for being too girly. It's exactly what I was talking about before. They came in and they were insulting me for being too girly. Somebody was like, are you a dude or a chick? Like, it's so dumb. They're so desperately trying to grasp at straws to insult someone. Someone who streamed 2 days ago, right as it was ending, scrolled through your Twitter a bit. The first live impression today is nice enough that you actually started participating in chat. I appreciate that so much, Iced. Time to go quit your job. I wish you the best with that, Midnight. Have a good one. And remember, you are always welcome to come back here and whinge like fucking crazy about work, because I hate the systemic institution of capitalism. Every once in a while you wonder what it feels like to be a man, and then you try to feel like you did as a boy, and you feel like you're powering up to try and turn Super Saiyan or something, and in both cases nothing happens, can't do it. Boy me is retired as fuck. I love that terminology. Boy me is retired. He's never coming back. We put him out to pasture. He's done. He's gone. And in a way, like the cleansing of the palette, the getting rid of all of the old content, really helps with that. I feel like it would be bad if I were to keep that content up there, no matter how much work I put into it, no matter how many hours I put into it. I still feel like it's a good thing that I did get rid of all of it. Hey Sienna, how you doing? Yeah, I still 100% think it's an absolutely good thing that I got rid of all of it, because I think if I left it up there... Yes, I am trans. How did you guess? Is it the budget ContraPoints thing in my about section? I swear the bot is listening. He has to be listening. There are so many times now when if I'll say something, or somebody in chat will say something, and the bot just picks up on it. Trans pride worldwide. Why did I make that a thing? I should change it to trans liberation now. That's what I've been meaning to do. Where is it? There we go. I'm always wearing cute stuff. I like buying cute stuff. That's why. My mother got me this. I saw it at the entryway to I saw it when we walked into Kmart one day. I was going in there to meet my mother, and I'm just like, listen, there's a fucking cute dress at the front of the store, and I need it. Will you buy it for me? And she did. Trans liberation now is good. It is. Trans name every Bionicle. Hang on, I think I can. I can name every one of the originals. I know Tahu was the fire one. Gali was the water one. Oh, fuck. I know the rock one was Po something. Pohatu. If I'm not mistaken. We got Gali, Tahu, Pohatu. Kotaka was the winter, the ice one. There's two more. The green one and the... God, dude, I wish I had the originals again. I had all the original 6. Plus I had the little ball ones as well. Bionicle's fucking good, man. We need a serious good Bionicle game. I'm not even kidding. It's like keeping photos of an ex. It makes sense you don't want to remind it. Yeah. You've always been able to word things so that you can understand them. Why does gender matter? Quite frankly, Xylo, I'm of the opinion that it doesn't. Gender is stupid. I'm of the opinion that we abolish the whole fucking system. I agree with Jim Sterling's assertion of being a trash girl from the gender dumpster. That's where I belong. Genders are dumb. Genders are a stupid categorization system designed to control us and manipulate us and make us go into certain bathrooms.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
Riley has arrived. Welcome to the Rogue Room. We hope you enjoy your stay. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us, friend. The movies? Yeah, the movies. There was actually a game on a website that you could play back when I was a kid, back when Bionicle was big. There was like a little flash game, and it was like so fucking good. Just like...
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Curvy Gamer
Wife. Hope you enjoy your stay.
Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us, friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it was just like a little flash adventure game, and I'm like, I would love to revisit it. It was so awesome. So far you've only been able to see control and marketing or religious reasons. That's it. That's all gender really is. And if you are comfortable being binary, like I am comfortable being a binary transgender woman, you know, I just want to do the things girls do because that's always felt like the right role for me. But I still think the institution of gender is absolutely dumb as fuck. Back when we needed permission to be online. You were awkwardly asked what bathroom you use because you're non-binary. And that's another thing, is like, that's another factor of the system of control. It's like they want you to use one of the two types of bathrooms because the institution says there's only two types of genders, male and female, and that's built into a lot of people's heads. You'll see that question all the time in virtually any transgender person's chat. Yeah, Jackster came in, followed, gifted you a sub. I don't think I've even seen them send a message in chat, Alice. But first time they were here, they dropped a sub on you. I'm cool with that. I appreciate it. Enjoy your sub. Go to the bathroom with wheels because you're a cyborg. Like when I'm in public and I'm alone, I do tend to try to use the disabled restroom. Because I'm still awkward about going in the women's. Still worried about getting clocked and all that. Awkward? Oh god, my stomach is grumbling. I ate too much today. Oh. Just found out something that's made you happy. Non-binary people are a part. Yes, you are. You are very, very much a part of the trans community. Just pee in the bush or on the lawn. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's good to express. It's good to be out and no longer have to worry about fitting into a slot that doesn't define me. Thankfully, the venue you visit monthly for music events has nothing but gender-neutral bathrooms. That's what I was going to get to, actually. I forgot about this. Ask what bathrooms you use because you're non-binary, Riley. I am fully for the abolition of gendered bathrooms in general. We should be moving towards a system, like I've said numerous times. I'm going to just keep hammering this in. Don't ask me how I plan on getting this done. But I fully believe we should move towards a system where every single public bathroom is an individual stall, sink, mirror by its own merits, and there's no gendered bathrooms at all. We don't need them. We don't need to have a sign on them. Like, why do I need... This is the thing that irritates the fuck out of me about men's bathrooms. Why do you have a trough where all of the men can see each other's penises? I wouldn't want to see people's penises unless there's... You know, there's a whole private, intimate scenario happening. Get bladder shyness. Troughs are disgusting. Like, it oftentimes, and I mean, I've always used the stalls no matter what public bathroom I used. The stalls are just, like, I have that privacy. It's like, why would... Public bathrooms are stupid by design. They are fucking stupid. You hate urinals? Yeah, they're just... Ew. Splashback? Oh, gross. Wheelies have non-gendered public bathrooms. Good. Scared to pee at work because you think the basement is haunted. That's valid. You don't think it's necessarily malicious. You think gender is just coming to the forefront of society. Oh, it is malicious though. Cthulhu. It's like, it's by design. It's a control mechanism. That is malicious. It's designed so that you, like, they don't want you to have diverse gender identities. They want you to be one of the two categories they've assigned you based on your birth sex, basically. Based on how you were assigned once you came out of the womb. They want you to fit into, like, this is why the gender system, the gender idea as the baseline for this kind of thing, as the baseline introduction to systems of control. It's one of the very first systems of control we are subjected to. The moment we come out of the womb, we are assigned male or female at birth based on our biology, based on the physical makeup of our bodies, right? And there is a lot of expectation that comes with those labels, that label of male or female. You are expected to grow up and behave a certain way according to society's norms. Hey Hamza, how you doing? You are expected to behave according to what society has decided. This is what a male does, this is what a female does on the birth certificate, right? So even before you have any agency of your own, you are being directed by a society that has an explicit interest in putting you into a category you didn't get to decide for yourself. And then as you grow older, you just learn to accept those roles. You learn to accept the ideas that society builds up around you. What does a man do? Well, I've seen a lot of men in laboring, for example. They go and they build houses, or they work in an office, or whatever else. They tend to be, the kind of people who like the sports a lot. They watch the footy ball. Was it Abigail's video today where she said, why does discourse begin and end at bathrooms instead of healthcare? Maybe, I think. I have to rewatch it. I'd have to rewatch it. I watched both her coming out video on her off channel and her main channel video, and they're amazing. I get the suspicion that was in J.K. Rowling. I feel like that was in ContraPoints' video. I'm not going to watch all 90 minutes of it again, Natalie. I'm sorry. I believe Abigail's off channel is called Philosophy Tube Live. So I'm assuming that's where she hosts her live streams. Has there been a society that hasn't had those gender roles? And if not, what do you think is the best course of action at this point? There has been societies that have been, generally speaking, suppressed by imperialism. So there have been numerous documented cultures that have had multiple different gender roles beyond just the standard masculine and feminine roles. And a lot of those have either been suppressed by, generally speaking, an imperialist regime. So colonialists, generally speaking, white culture, which is not a culture, but deeply entrenched in Christian doctrine, specifically. Christian white English doctrine is where all of these systems of control tend to stem from, largely. I've allowed people to put links in the chat. I would rather they not, so if you can, maybe delete that message. That's the thing, it does get into classism. This is what...
Thank you for your
Covid
membership.
Gamer Wife, thank you for
Please
the Prime sub.
Enjoy all the delights of the
Over to the
subscriber
sub lounge.
lounge.
Over to the sub lounge. This is why, Kuro, I am trying to pursue a sociology degree this year. I am a lover of sociology. I love the whole let's break down all society's systems. The sub lounge. This is it. This is the sub benefit you get for a couple of minutes or something. But yeah, no, I don't generally want people dropping links in my chat. Unless they have requested that I, like, if they've asked me, it's like, can I drop a link? And I say yes. Of course, there's a difference there. But there is a term used in sociology and philosophy and, where you've got two ideas. And the idea's intersectionality is the word. Intersectionality. So, the intersection of, say, gender and classism, for example, those two go hand in hand. The way black women are treated and the way queer women are treated intersect at black queer women, for example. That's a big intersectionality. So there are ideologies and there are philosophies that cross over. We talk about a certain issue and stuff from that issue crops up over here as well. Like, for example, doing the black queer woman thing, what started off the Stonewall riots and then began the Pride movement was a black transgender woman. And as a result, there are racial issues and issues that affect queer people that very distinctly cross over. The oppression. Of course, it's a lot deeper than I have the knowledge to glean right now. And I'm really, again, hoping I get into this course, or at the very least, I find some texts I can read that will help me to unpack my mind a little bit about this. Because there's a lot there. Why would we read the Bible? I've read the Bible. I haven't read the Quran, but I've read the Bible, and I'm like, there's nothing in there that says I should listen to... There's nothing in there that makes me believe I should adhere to it. It's a fiction book, the same as Harry Potter is. I have as much respect for the Bible as I do for Harry Potter or the Quran. It's a fiction book. I don't give a shit. Growing up was so awful. You were jealous about your sisters because they were treated differently. Young me concluded they were a few years older than me. Once I grow up, I'll be treated the same. Apparently, you only grew up when you outed yourself at age 26. What do you mean? You only grew up when you outed yourself. So shaving certain parts of your face and wearing clothes made of cloth. True. I was reading that and I'm like, wait, what about shaving? Yeah, so many bad interpretations of the Bible. The Bible is another thing that falls deeply into that intersectional thing. Is like, and yes, thank you, Jeff, for tackling that for us. I fully believe all religious texts are entirely fictional. It's like if you decided to Form a religion based on doom. And I want to. I quite like doom. I would like to assert right now that the only god I will pray to is the Doom Slayer. In the, hang on a second, give me a moment. Allow me, a moment, if you would. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I have some religious text that I would like now to regale to you. In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace. And with boiling blood, he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the dark lords who had wronged him. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doom Slayer. There we go. There is a bit of religious text for you. Okay. Praise be the Doom Slayer. The difference between equality and equity. The former doesn't actually help to address folks who have been discriminated against. You are absolutely right, Giant Ewok. Sorry I missed your message, but I got caught on that bullshit. Ramen. The Doom Slayer. That's such a good fucking soundtrack, man. Like, honestly. I could live to this shit. I could just honestly... Where is it? Not 2015, you dickhead. I just gotta...
In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doom Slayer.
This is amazing. This is my religion. Praise be Mick Gordon. Giant Ewok, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the road. Sit down and grab a drink and chill out with us. In this house, worship Youngblood. Yeah, I've used the Doom soundtrack as gym music. I need to. Also the oh, what is it? The Ghost Runner soundtrack is also phenomenal. Awesome synthwave soundtrack. Oh, this goes for a bit. You know what is good though? This one. This one is one of my favorites, and it goes for only 1 minute and 10 seconds, and I'm so pissed off because this track deserves an extended, like, 8-minute version. This one's so good. What's the related video? Hang on a second, I'll take a look. Oh, Doom soundtrack live at the Game Awards. Fuck yes. Extended 2,000, 20,000. This is so good. This one. This one's at Doom's Gate, the third track on the album. How good is the Serious Sam music? I don't know, I haven't played enough Serious Sam to know. This is fucking awesome. Am I correct this is the original riff from the first game, or am I misinterpreting it? I gotta replay Doom, man. Yeah. absolute. I like I said before. We'll come back to our lo-fi now. Like I said, oh, actually, hang on. One more thing before we go on. I just want to give you an example. If you have not played Ghost Runner, because I simp for this game like a bitch. This is Infiltrator from the Ghost Runner soundtrack, and it's just another soundtrack that absolutely pumps. Don't believe there are any organized religions that don't see women as lesser. Agreed, yes. There's quite frankly none. It is banned if you it's banned if you use it to insult people. Yeah, earnest use of the word simp is cringe, but ironic should be okay. Yeah. So people have been using, this is Daniel Deluxe. Daniel Deluxe did the entire soundtrack for Ghost Runner. That and Doom 2016 have a very, very similar vibe in terms of their action. And similarly, their soundtracks slap like fucking mad. Play your song you link. Hang on. Skip through, let's say. Oh, this is another one. This is another good one from this track, actually. From this soundtrack. This is the trailer song for Ghost Runner. I wonder if any of this is DMCA-able. I used to listen to the Doom soundtrack and the Bloodborne soundtrack when I would play Minecraft on stream. So the Minecraft music would just fade out and not play again for 2 hours. Oh, such good shit. I could literally just chill out to this soundtrack. What's your game music? Hang on. We'll come back to this one in a sec. We'll do the Doom 2016 live. Dark synthwave. I do appreciate being brought up atheist. I feel like I was just brought up non-religious. Like there was just no real religious institution to follow. Like, I knew religion existed, but it was just never a thing we looked at. So, yeah, being brought up atheist is good. Alright. Listen to the rest. What you should do is support the developers of Ghost Runner and go buy that game. Here we got Doom soundtrack live at the Game Awards.
Also happy to announce this year's winner for Best Music and Sound Design. That goes to Doom. And that may tie into our next performance. Composer Mick Gordon made an amazing soundtrack, and tonight he came all the way over from Australia. He's been designing soundtrack for games for many, many years, and I'm thrilled to have him here tonight to perform music from that winning soundtrack of Doom. Here is Mick with Sasha and Matt performing Doom live. About to rock the house. Check this out.
To feast on the blood of the wicked, and those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doom Slayer.
It's so quiet, I can barely hear it. It's full volume, by the way. What was the, oh god. What was the band that played at fucking BlizzCon one year and everyone was just like, this is fucking dog shit, why'd they choose this band? I forget what band it was. An extension called Volume Master. I might have to look into that. I think I've seen Hassan use that on his stream. Yeah, at any rate, this is just some badass shit. But anyway, this is the Serious Sam 3 BFE. Not bad, not bad. I will have to give Hassan credit where credit is due. He is a smoking example of a man. That's a man, sweetie. Fictional band Deathblock. I've heard some of their songs. However, the issue that I have is vocal though. A song to waste endless mobs with. I have to issue chagrin that I don't like this style of vocals though. The instrumentals are fine. I don't like the vocals. I don't like that screech into the microphone kind of vocals. This is not the worst example. This is kind of okay, tolerable. But like the stuff where they really go super guttural with it, I can't stand it. Aldi Fear Factory vocal. He used to play Thunderhorse back when he played guitar and he played flute. He brought up Hinduism, Christianity, Islam and Buddhism in the house. Even went to a mostly Jewish school. That's interesting. Very big, mostly Indian family in a pretty liberal part of South Africa. Oh, I see. Like, generally speaking, I don't dislike this kind of music, but yeah, it's... yeah. Now it's Diet Coke version of Trivium vocal. Alright. I hope none of those get me claimed for anything. That'd be a pain in the absolute asshole. Back to smart lights. Let's go back to chill vibes. I love smart lights, dude. They're so fun. And this. Fucking bang. Look at that. I can make it green if I want. There's green. It looks a bit weird with the blue, but you know. Remember, like, I want to try something actually. Because I think we're going to call it shortly. If you guys want to stick around for a raid, we are going to find somebody to raid, somebody to harass. I want to try something because I used to live in green screen land. It doesn't even come through all that green on the thing, right? That just comes through as like aqua. But I want to try something. Turn on the chroma key. This is the content we came for. High quality, high fidelity visual style over here. Lovely. Alright. Shall we perhaps call it? Do you have anyone in mind that you are? The Negaverse. I did that on, sadly this clip would be gone by now. But I did that on, No Man's Sky. It's been lovely to meet you too, Emmy. Thank you so kindly for being here. And for the subscription. All the subscriptions tonight. We've gotten so many. Holy crap. We're all off. We're all getting off. Well, we're not getting off. We're going to raid somebody else. We're going to go to somebody else's stream. And I should be live tomorrow. Tonight's stream has been quite lovely. Thank you everybody for being here. I'm trying to think, who can we go to? Well, since, you know what? Since Jordan was here and we did get into briefly talking about Behaving Beardly, he is playing Sea of Thieves. And we're going to go raid Behaving Beardly. We're going to go say hi to him. So, again, thanks everyone for hanging out. It's been fun. I'll be live tomorrow. Yeah, Jordan Rasco was here. And one thing that I really want to do, I don't know when Jordan streams. I'm going to have to, like, maybe take a cheeky peek at her stream times on Twitch Tracker. And try to send a raid her way soon. Because I've been meaning to do that. Love Jordan Rasco. Anywho, as I was saying. Should be live tomorrow. Thanks, Fox, for the posture check. Keep your neck and your back and your shoulders straight. Hello, dunno, me neither. You don't know? I don't know either. We're about to raid Behaving Beardly. And I am going to maybe be live at 6 PM or maybe 9 PM. By the way, Little Burrito, too. Thank you so kindly for the follow. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and join us on this raid we're going to. But we will be live, hopefully, tomorrow, 9. I'm thinking 9. 9 feels like a good time for streams. 9 PM. Let me know what you think. I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you when I'm looking at you. I love your faces. Thank you so kindly for being here. It's been lovely. Have a good one.
There we go. It's done.